All right, seeing if the bot will detect here. Good morning, guys. Let's see if trying to see if the bot's gonna detect the stream. What's going on here? All right, oh, what the hell? What's this thing here? What's going on here? Oh, oh, Tito. All right, we're seeing if it logs in here. Are you monitoring? All right, we're seeing that the code's gonna pick up. Gotta take my key. Thing is, what I'm waiting on. So what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to detect the channel. You'll see undao, and then you're going to see it send a notification to my LinkedIn to move to Japan on LinkedIn. We have a corporation on LinkedIn, and also on X, move to Japan on X, which is Josie.ai, which is another module I'll be building. Why is it not? I did a lot of coding yesterday. May have damn broke the game. How's everyone doing this weekend? Hi, ready to go? All right, we gotta go. I gotta go. We gotta go. Gotta go. We grab this water for my son. Yep. All right. So, what's my favorite word, Tyler? Nazi. Mikey, here, cold water. Put it in the truck. You don't want it? Take two. You're gonna run out. It's not a hot day. Things will heat up. Holy cow! Everything's like my phone. My car's being cooked. Well, it looks like the damn fucking code is broken. Well, I was hoping the bot would detect and log in. I've been working on it. But it looks like I broke it. Adding functionality, which is that's the problem with AI. It's like I'm trying to fix that by doing modules, to stop it from breaking other shit. But maybe it makes it easier for it to break it. Because when it wires in what new module, it screws up the old module. I don't know. So looks like it's broken. It didn't log in. He sure did, Big D. He sure did punk Putin. He punked Putin big time. You have to understand that Trump is nothing more than Putin's bitch. Trump used to be a bagman for the KGB. A bagman, basically someone who moves money in and out of America. The bagman. So the Russian mob, which is all over construction in New York City and casinos and all that. The Russian mob, they would have Trump move money, and they used Epstein. Epstein moved, billions of dollars. Trump moved money, billions of dollars through Epstein's bank accounts. So Epstein and Trump were very much involved in that shit. So when Putin took over, I think in a way, Trump being part of the old KGB was like, I don't know if the mob really liked Putin early on. I don't think they did. I think the early mob were kind of anti-Putin because he came in and he broke up all their connections and everything. He's very, anti-crime, so to speak, until basically, he got his fingers into them. And eventually he got his fingers into Trump, literally got his fingers into him, right up his anus, right? Just up in there, greasing it. These guys fishing over here. It's a hot day. I don't know how these guys are fishing. Just sitting there all day. So, any news from Trump? Is he still no news from Trump? No golf? How come he didn't play golf this weekend? All right. Where's Trump? All right, where's Trump? Where's the files? All right. I know, Cindy. Dude, he hasn't been. I don't know. I haven't heard. We haven't. The last time anyone saw Trump was Tuesday, and actually, there's reports that they saw his limousine going to Walter Reed Hospital. That they saw the Trump, beasts there. So, is Trump dead? Did anyone have any? Has he been on Truth Social? People say that is Truth Social You know, his Truth Social posts don't seem like him. Like there's posts on there, but they don't seem like him. On there. Sunny day here. Sucks that my fucking bot's not working. All that work. God damn it. I forgot what's going on. So anyway, I'm thinking about my damn friggin' code and how I may have broken it. It's kind of annoying. I was up till 4 a.m. working on it last night. Should never work on code. Where am I going, Mikey? All right. Taking Mikey to his track and field group on there. Oh, Japan. Look how beautiful it is in Japan today. Blue skies, little puffy clouds. You know, everyone's wondering on that. See if there's any news on Trump. Look at that. Where's Trump?
Right now, I do want to get you out to the live before the White House and this hour as we too comes on rumors that have come out all over social media regarding the whereabouts of President Donald Trump. The White House saying he is completely fine.
Yeah, really?
What I'm talking about that shows the trending topics there on Twitter or X. Now, over the last several hours, there have been several variations of hashtag Where is Trump? The reasoning is that the president is normally in front of the cameras here daily, making some kind of remarks and taking questions from reporters. His last real public appearance was a televised 3-hour meeting with his captain.
Where is Trump? Trump's dead. I swear.
Happening. We show that to you here right now on Fox was on Tuesday. For some, his Truth Social post last night about the appeals court ruling on tariffs was enough to calm the chatter, while others on social media expressed different conspiracy theories that it could have been a member of his staff who was posting. Well, this morning, take a look at Ravid over at Axios posted a short time ago on social media, clearing up any rumors saying that he has talked with those in the know, and President Trump is just fine. Here is Ravid's post right there, simply saying, quote, "A U.S. official tells me Trump is okay. We'll play golf later this morning." Now, he did also post this one just a short time later.
Did he play golf today?
U.S. official does tell me here that the White House pool report shows pool photog snaps pic of POTUS in white polo, red MAGA hat, black pants. POTUS's motorcade began rolling at 8:45 a.m. So again, clearing up those rumors that are circulating all over social media. Well, now back to that Truth Social post from the president. A U.S. appeals court ruling Friday that most of President Trump's tariffs are illegal, undercutting its use of those tariffs as a key international economic policy tool. The court did allow.
Did you see him playing golf?
Place through October 14th to.
This was 9 hours ago. Did you see him playing golf, Auntie? I don't see him playing golf today. because I was sleeping. Did he play golf today? That's right. Swollen ankles, bruised hands. Maybe they're abusing him. Maybe they're doing elder abuse. You think Stephen Miller is grabbing by the hands and going, "You're an old fucker. Yeah, I'm in control now. You act like president, but I'm in control. I am the real president." All right. Anyway. I mean, did anyone see him playing golf? They said he was playing golf, and this was 9 hours ago. The last report. Upload date. Let's just say upload date.
The health concerns that he's failing to cover up,
Pac-Man.
and the general incompetence, Donald Trump suffered another outrageous overnight meltdown. I'm not going to go through every post. It would be physically painful for me, probably for you. But understand that things are going so poorly for this guy, Trump,
Take your water.
that this is what he spent the last 15 hours doing. This went overnight. Trump attacked Chris Christie for his statements on a news show. You think you've got thin skin? You ain't seen nothing until you've seen Donald Trump respond in real time, totally triggered by what former elected officials say about him on TV. Trump then ranted that he has the right to appoint whoever he wants, but that they're trying to take that right away from him. This relates to the power of Democratic senators using a blue slip, something Trump is furious about. That is the law. Sometimes things are inconvenient for Donald Trump. By the way, these ads you're seeing, these are the sorts of ads that you see on Donald Trump's Trope Central. Donald Trump claims that he has the highest poll numbers ever, including that in the 70% range of the population, they approve of the job he's doing. This is a lie. Donald Trump saying that even though
he hasn't. Did he play golf today?
Continue to run negative
Did he play golf
about Trump, and that they should have their licenses revoked. Spoken like a true
I'm getting angry.
Hey, Trump continued.
Now that's you. You're getting angry.
Why is it ABC and NBC fake news aren't paying?
No, that's you getting angry. I'm fucking celebrating. Where's Trump? Did he play golf? Cindy, did they show Trump playing golf today? Because supposedly he was like leaving at 8 a.m. That was like 9 hours ago. Whatever. What do you mean? Golf? He's always plays golf. No one's seen him since Tuesday. Has anyone seen him? I just want to know. Have anyone seen him? Has anyone showed video of him? Has anyone seen videos of fucking Trump? That's all I'm asking. This weekend, has anyone seen any video? Usually he plays golf every fucking weekend. Yeah, they did show videos of him. God damn it. They did see him. What videos did they see this weekend? What was he doing? This morning? Ah, damn. God, I was hoping. God damn it. Mac attack. Like old videos from June. So there was no. I'm talking about live. Like there was no press meeting, no video of him actually doing stuff. That was it. Everything everyone is saying. I'm here. The pedo POTUS is still kicking. Listen, let me hold up a newspaper. I'm fine. I'm not dead. Did he do that at all? Did he do that? Did he do that? That's what I want to see. I want to see him hold up. Look. Someone is trying to block my video. Dude, I would love it for Vance to be president. I would love it. I would love it. I would love to see Mike Johnson as VP, dude. Mike Johnson as VP and Vance as president, dude. It's going to be hilarious because you know what's going to come. The MAGA meltdown. The fucking that'll be like, you know, the season finale right there. The MAGA meltdown. You know, they'll bring in a new couch into the Oval Office, a brand new couch for JD Vance to rub one out on. All right. And then then JD Vance will like release all the pedophiles. Say, look, the guy was a dirty bitch. I don't know why you loved him. You should love me. Here's look at all the dirty pedophiles. Trump was just a dirty pedo. That's what he was. You know, he threatened us. We couldn't do anything. You know, so. And then I'd love to see how Stephen Miller and don't you want to see how Stephen Miller and fucking JD Vance get it on? Don't you think that would be amazing how Stephen Miller and Vance get it on? No, it's not a work shirt. It's my shirt. Go to my store and get it. I'm Undao. The atheist monk. I'm a Buddha. You've heard of Buddha? Know what a Buddha is? What's your real opinion, though? Who should be president? I mean, who should be president? Anyone should be president other than a fucking Nazi. And MAGA are Nazis. So I'm anti-Nazi. Trump is is a wannabe fucking dictator. And the MAGA needs to go to fucking jail for being Nazis. That's what I think. It's gonna, we'll see. I think, I'll be surprised if there are elections. I mean, the Nazis are going to try to keep power. They're going to lie. They're going to cheat. They're already doing it. The whole Texas gerrymandering is a part of the big lie. They're already gerrymandering, taking votes from the Black Americans. They're already sticking. They're already attacking African Americans. What do you think? What do you think moving troops into D.C. is about? It's about subjugating a Black community. That's all it's about. That's all they're doing. Why do you feel sorry for me, Richard? Why do you feel sorry for me, Richard? Why do you feel sorry? You live under a fucking Nazi. You support a Nazi. You're part of the MAGA Nazi party. And I don't talk, when I call you Nazi, I'm not calling you the 1941 Nazi. No, you're not them disgusting, vile piece of shit Nazi. No, you're not even the 1940 Nazi. No, not them either. Or the 1939 Nazi. No, you're not the 1939 Nazi. Or the 38 or the 36. You ain't them Nazis. No, You're not even the 1930, 35 or 34 Nazi. No, you the baby shit turd Nazis, 1933. That's what you are. 1933 shit turd Nazis. You little Nazis from 1932. You're baby Nazis. You're a bunch of baby Nazis. Wannabe Nazis, trying to be Nazis. You got your $170 billion to build your paramilitary ICE police state, right? They were 1932 last year. That was when they were running. That was 1932 last year. Hashtag Trump 1932. Trump 1932. We're Trump 1933 now. Trump 1933, right? Hashtag Trump 1933. So that's what Trump is. That's what the Nazis are. They're in their consolidation, their fascist consolidation period. They got all the money they could ever fucking wish for. They're setting up their concentration camps. They are brutally arresting people. There's 11 million undocumented Americans. They're undocumented Americans. These individuals are Americans. Stop thinking of them as non-Americans. They're not. They are fucking Americans. They're just undocumented Americans. They're undocumented because America has a broken immigration system. There's no pathway for children that were brought here, right? Without their called DACA. They had no say in this. These are individuals that have joined the military, people that have fought for America. These individuals are far more American than 99% of MAGA. They are more American than fucking MAGA. These are Americans, undocumented Americans, people. So, you need to wake the fuck up. If you're attacking them, you are a Nazi. These are people who don't have criminal records, have just work hard, have families. They pick your fruit, your vegetables, all this stuff. Oh my God, back hurts. Anyway, where are the files? Trump is my daddy. No, he's your daddy. You're the one who thinks about Trump. You're like, he's coming home, he's gonna spank you. You think about Trump spanking you, don't you? You guys think about Trump spanking you. You getting spanked by Trump? Oh, Trump spanked me. Oh, spank me. Oh. That's what you guys are. I would be favored for a lobster. Atomic, lobster's U.S. president. I don't give a fuck, dude. As long as he's not fascist Nazi. As long as he doesn't take away due process. Atomic. As long as he doesn't, he gives everyone the same jurisprudence, right? On there. Doesn't matter doesn't matter who's president. We need a boring ass fucking president. Biden was boring. Remember how boring Biden was? Dude, he was boring, dude. Why do you need crazy reality TV motherfucker as president? What's up with that? Why do you think we need a president that isn't boring? We want a boring ass fucking president that we just don't even think about. Why, it keeps the economy on, Why do we, and why do we need this crazy shit, dude? Seriously. What do you mean you're not trying to be mean? No one is trying to be mean to undocumented. That's bullshit. You guys are being brutal. You're being evil. Did you see the video? of the father and the two children coming out of their immigration hearing and his wife being ripped away by the big ass fucking Nazi, and he's wearing, I did a clip of it, right? I put Nazi, I pointed a picture. He had a black fucking hoodie on. He had a black face fucking hoodie, full fucking mask, he had a stocking on his fucking face, this Nazi, this MAGA ice motherfucking Nazi, you know, and he's standing by the door and he just points at the fucking guy, right? And just starts ripping, and they start ripping away the children from him. You know, they were, that is some Nazi fucking shit right there, right there. And the kids are crying and screaming. Right? That you guys are Nazi fucking evil sons of bitches. That's what you are. Dude, you think that shit's okay? You know, someone trying to go through the process, going to his immigration hearing, right? Pleading for asylum. And what do they do? What does the Trump court do? They dismiss the fucking court so ICE can rip him away from his kids when he's fucking following the rule of law. You see, the whole rule of law thing, the whole court system now is just a joke under the Trump administration. There is no rule of law. You are in a dictatorship. Trump, right, and the administration is violating, ignoring, and there was it's what is it called? The official, what was it called? JS, were you there? Today. Let's see here. Seeing videos today. Look at this.
Truque secreto do iPhone que ninguém conhece. Abra isto.
Drug from the U.S. Is Trump dead? Rumors. What's going on right now?
Livrar-se das suas fotos. E a pessoa fala assim, mas Fábio, olha só, nós temos fotos do Lula. As fotos são diferentes, claro que as
Brazilian guy. Is Trump dead? Live right now in Brazil. Is Trump dead?
Resoluções diferentes. Nós temos ângulos diferentes. Tudo isso muda você numa foto. Millions of dollars we made. Deal with the European Union, they were rough on us for a long time. And now we have a very good deal. We made that with them.
Well, they're playing old videos.
Dollars is coming into our country. Trillions.
This is old fucking video. This is not fucking Trump. This is old.
In a short period of time.
Look, this is Tuesday video.
Energy's where we're more than anybody else, and we're using it.
This is from Tuesday. Where's Trump?
But the European Union is a done deal, and Japan is done. I heard there was a problem.
Trump is dead. I have proof. Look, I went on to another live channel. I go, Trump is dead. I have proof.
He honored the deal I wanted to see. Well, I don't even want to say it, but they
We
wanted
got
to
proof,
see
baby. He's fucking dead.
but they honored the deal, which is nice. And we cut the previous record-setting trade set.
Trump be a dead bitch.
Deficit, I hear, just came back. We cut it in half already. We haven't even said, we've only been here.
Celebrate. The POTUS pedo is fucking dead.
Really for a few months, because, you know, it takes you a little while to fix up the Oval Office and do those things and prepare.
All the anti-pedos are celebrating today. Trump is fucking dead.
To prepare for the battle, right? Is that what?
Sharing the truth about Trump's demise. It's all over.
I've only been here for a very short period of time, and we cut the trade deficit in half. Is that right? That's fantastic. I didn't think I didn't even think we were going to do that. And remember,
this is from Tuesday. This is from Tuesday.
All these numbers up here, they're not.
Why are you playing old fucking videos from Tuesday?
When they open, you're going to see things happen in the United States.
What else?
Don't that are abusing the system. So I get that, and I understand.
Trump is dead.
It's not exactly perfect.
Ding dong. The king is fucking dead.
Obviously, but it's a move in the right direction for a lot of Americans. It's helped a lot of people. On top of getting rid of individuals here who are not trying to actually become, citizens. I mean, that's a good help for opening up a lot more jobs, putting a lot of people
Opening more jobs
in those positions. That's not a problem.
Like any of these motherfuckers will want to do any of the jobs that undocumented are doing, right? Biden would have been a fucking way better president. He wouldn't have crashed the economy. He wouldn't have crashed our allies. He wouldn't have taken kids off their cancer treatment. He wouldn't be, creating concentration camps. Fuck yeah, Biden would have been a fucking better president. What are you talking about? Biden with his brain as mush would have been a better president than this guy. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Where's Trump? Why is there no video of him playing golf this weekend? Why is the media not covering him? All right. I know. Well, they're not closing. They're fighting it. They got a federal order, right? To on it. Let's go inside. Let's figure out why the fucking bot's not working. I got to go fucking figure out what this bot's doing. I was working with 2 AI, and I think second AI fucked up the program. Shit. What are you doing? Huh? You need me to make you breakfast or something? Huh? You want muffin? What do you want? Egg and rice? What do you want? Huh? You want French toast? All right, let's make some French toast. My oldest son is acting like a zombie. Yeah, sure. All right, let's make some French toast. Making French toast. Making some French toast. I'll get this here. Blackberry French toast. All right, a couple eggs. All right, what's going on? Where I live in central Cali, we produce 80% of the country's produce. I work hand in hand with undocumented workers, and they work hard. I think it's terrible. These families are being wicked. Well, yeah. They're doing the same thing, Bass. They're doing the same thing as what the Nazis did. Bass, I'd like to learn more, right? Please tell us more how hardworking these guys are. They're just trying to work for their family. They're willing to do the shit fucking jobs in America that no MAGA can do, right? No MAGA will do. Yeah, the problem is, Randall, it takes 7 years to become legal. You understand that? And 7 years. And there's no fucking guarantee you will become legal. There's no pathway to becoming legal. In Japan, all I have to do is work for one of these farmers. Let's say we're in Japan. Let's change it away. Let's pretend America's Japan and I'm an undocumented. I'm really not undocumented. I have documents. I got my documents of who I am and what I am. I got, I'm paying into taxes and other things. I have documents, right? They don't make it possible. How about the woman who has her own sushi restaurant, been married 20 years in America, and she just got fucking look at that damn, what happened here? God damn it. On that, right? On that, you know? Yeah, deport the pedophiles, deport the Nazis, dude. What do they say? What the Germans did to the Jews was different because those Jews were German citizens. Why didn't people respect our country, our laws, just as we expected? Right? What doesn't matter? You don't think they're locking American citizens? You don't think they're kicking American citizens out of the country? Right? There, dude. They're doing it and they're getting there. That's the reality. You know, there's no different to what I love that how you say, wow, they're different. They were German citizens. They revoked the Germans revoked their citizenship. They said they weren't. They said they weren't German, right? On that, just as their Trump is doing, revoking visas and everything else. All right, you guys got to wake up. Exactly. Our laws are the problem. Our laws, all right? Our laws ultimately, I'm putting in my BlackBerry. This is BlackBerry jam. Putting into the egg yolk. You know, when in Japan, I can marry a Japanese woman and get a spouse visa within 2 months. That's a system that's working, right? But in America, no, sir. 7 years, 8 years, no guarantee. You got to jump through all these fucking hurdles to get your green card. It's ridiculous. And that's the deal is they're afraid because once you get yourself on a list that people are finding out, ICE knows who you are and they're just going to start coming for you anywhere, ripping you away. No matter what they're doing, you know? That's the deal. Here. Well, America, what ICE is doing. ICE is a paramilitary organization, right? No different than the Gestapo. You realize that ICE is the fucking Gestapo. They are the Gestapo. That's what they are. And the thing is the MAGA are worse than the Nazis. All right, Hitler didn't have $170 billion. That's more money than all the militaries, right, in the world. He's building a paramilitary organization to control America. That's what he's doing. And they're trying to recruit as fast as they can people to do that. All right. That's what the Jews say. Is that what the Jews say, Robert? You talking about Jew? All right. Is that what's up? Are you fantasizing there, Rugans? You fantasizing? You're in here creeping on me. You nasty old MAGA coming in here creeping on me. Shit. Ice water. Yeah. And which he's normalizing troops in cities. That's what he's doing. The whole point of putting National Guards. I mean, never in the history of America, listen, never in the history since probably have we had the Marines in a state that have not been invited. Never before have we ever had troops in our state, foreign troops brought up into our state, right? Like Trump is doing. We've never done it before. Disgusting, right?
Problem. I mean, I feel like that's decent for all Americans that helps me and you. We need to find a job. Other countries,
This shit doesn't work.
Don't have respect for the person in charge of this country. That's what causes America's problem. It's hard to say that, and it's not necessarily because. And I mean, I hate it that other places are misogynistic and like that. But the thing is,
we don't have an open border.
Is they are, and instead of
we don't have an open border, dude. I know. I just restarted. On my back, I just got bumped. We just got sequestered. Yeah, I disconnected and reconnected. I noticed that I get this like this. On that, if you're a minor, there, give me liberty. All right, let me just help you out here. Okay. Bye. This channel's not for minors, guys. If you're a minor, get the fuck out of the channel, dude. Go find yourself some dumbass channel to watch. This isn't a minors channel. This is for people who can vote, people who who actually can make a difference in America. I'm a minor. That's what you do with minors. Someone comes in your channel and says they're a minor, you just hide them. Tell them to get the fuck out. Sorry, dude. Go find something to do. This isn't your channel. Right? Go read about Nazi Germany. How dare you talk about our coal saviors? I don't know, man. I'm trying. Spanish were the first colonizers. That's right, Robert. They were the first colonizers. Right? There weren't immigrants. They stole the land. Why is this thing not cooking? What's up, Ricky? What's going on? Ricky Spanish. All right, look at Samuel. See all the sickos come out of the closet. Look at them. I don't have any bananas. Trump was spotted. JS, Trump was spotted. This is my job. I'm doing my job. Soros pays me millions of dollars just to do this. I'm one of those lucky guys, on the Soros payroll. Come here and be Voice of America. Since they cut down Voice of America, Soros is paying out millions of dollars for people to stand up and be Voice of America. Right? How can you steal what's stolen? Exactly. You talking about America? Talking about America there, buddy? Where do I apply? You just have to start a channel, sick to death, and they reach out to you. They just start funding you. They start just giving you, massive amounts of money, just appears in your bank account. Like Turning Point. Unfortunately, it ain't the thing. It ain't a thing. Soros isn't giving out any money, unfortunately. I wish. Be nice. Some good news. Now, I was hoping. I just woke up. I'm in Japan. So the point is that you have to understand that Trump and his administration, they are these guys are Nazis, right? They're Nazis. Fucking Nazis. Look at this guy. Let's listen to this guy here.
To make decisions or at least be diplomatic with these other places, they're not going to give her the chance to speak. On top of
such bullshit.
Trump, again, though, I just told you public confidence rates are significantly lower for Donald Trump. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe that. That's a MAGA for you.
I mean, you can. I don't care. I mean, it just turns all in. The reason why they're so low is because Trump's actually making them pay the same stuff here instead of we paying them. But hey, I mean, they don't like tariffs. That's fine. We don't either. Okay, so yeah, so you're agreeing that tariffs have declined, right? The public confidence they have specifically within Trump. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. Yes, but the thing is Trump's only doing what's fair, whether they like that or not.
Yeah, but tariffs aren't supposed to have been were the tax.
I'll put tariffs on us. All they had to do is drop their tariffs. Hey, you want to see this real quick? Take a look at Donald Trump's approved confidence ratings. And tell me that you think that this is good. Oh. Yeah. You see this? This is atrocious. Yeah. This is atrocious. Okay. Sure. You can't look at this and be like, this is the reason why I support Donald Trump. Right? You cannot do that. That is not even a reasonable point. Those other countries. I mean, personally, I don't worry about what other countries think about. Oh, now you don't worry about what other countries worry about leader? Really? Isn't that what you just said as a reason as to why you don't support Donald or Kamala Harris? Wow, that was literally the reason why you said you were what other countries say about that's hilarious. Everything. Like me, right now, this conversation she talked about silencing me because I didn't agree with her. She literally said,
when did she do that?
When did she do that? Donald Trump just passed an executive order to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag. That's literally protected by the First Amendment. That's protected by the First Amendment according to the Supreme Court. So because someone disagrees with you and they want to burn the American flag, you're saying that they should be put in prison because of it. For a year? Yeah, that's what Donald Trump's executive order says. One law specifically that Kamala Harris advocates for.
It's okay. It's okay to that's so crazy. It's okay. MAGA likes to put the flag on their crotch and have it up between their ass, right? Their ass crack. Oh, put the flag or wear it on their on their breasts, right? Imagine me have my big old titty. Imagine have my big old titties and American flag. Oh, that's good for you, right? That's good for you bitches. But burning the American flag, which is actually in the flag code, that's not good. Oh no, we shouldn't burn the American flag. It's in the flag code. It's how you get rid of an American flag. If you're going to get rid of American flag, you're supposed to burn it. It's on here. All right, here's your breakfast. Here you go. You want milk? Here. When are we leaving?
We're not.
What? What happened? Cancel? Plan canceled? Huh? Why? What happened?
We thought we could go
You thought you could go where?
to that school, and they were trying to join the school festival, but other school students can't go.
Oh, they can't go? Only your school festival students can go? What school festival?
Holiday school.
Huh?
My friend,
Oh, your friend's school? But you can't go? That's very rude of them, isn't it? Why don't you just go anyway? Fuck them. How they gonna know? How they gonna know that you're not at the school? How they gonna know?
they don't know.
How? You're just wearing regular.
Like,
Just wearing.
calling.
You should do it. Break the rules, Tommy. I think you should break the rules. Break the rules. Live. So there's another school festival, and then we're gonna go to the school festival, and but they're not allowed. I'm like, break the rules. Just go. That's how I roll. That's how I teach my kids. What school is having a festival today? It's too hot anyway. I wouldn't want to go. It's too hot. Exactly. No human is worthy of worship. Let's just listen to this guy.
If you're going to burn the flag where you live, then what are you here for? What's the point? Why would you hate America and stay? That doesn't make okay, sense. So then why did Donald Trump stay here in 2022 and 2023 and 2024? Because Joe Biden. Can I please let me finish your point? I would love it. Can I please finish this point without you cutting me off? Hey, no. I won't. You stop talking. Hey, can I make a point? I'm not trying to make you scared of me. I'm trying to get you to shut the fuck up because you're acting like a child. Be quiet. Can you stop talking so I can make a point? I'm supporting my beliefs just like you are, but yeah, I understand, but I've cut you off when you're misunderstanding my point to provide more. Yeah, I've cut you off. I've cut you off.
I cut them off all the time, dude.
I've been respectful this entire conversation.
Respectful.
So I've cut you off in circumstances in which I provided more like productive dialogue in the conversation to clarify a certain. You just can't stop doing it. Okay,
Oh, now he's.
You want me to stop? I will. No cutting each other off. Is that okay? Cool. Sounds great. Okay. Name one law that Kamala Harris passed that specifically takes away from your First Amendment rights. She didn't pass any laws. She made a statement saying that she was going to basically take away a jury. So, she was like, she literally said that in a debate.
Town hall.
Oh my gosh. Can't remember the name of it. Basically, she went on stage on TV, national television, to talk about science and those that didn't agree with it. That's fascism. That's dictatorship. I don't agree with that.
She never fucking did.
That's infringing on my First Amendment right, just like you're talking about. Like, you shouldn't burn a flag if you live in America. It's an American flag. Okay.
But you can wear it on your booty. You can put it on your crotch. You can stick a fucking face on it. You can stick some pedo's face on the flag. That's okay. You can wear it on your genital. You can have your sweaty balls up on the flag. That's good, right?
So this is ridiculous. Name one. You still have yet to mention. Name one specific law that she supported existing that restricted those that disagree with her from speaking. I'm still waiting for you to clarify that, and then we're going to talk about the misinformation you just tried to spread about her quote-unquote misinformation. Like the left doesn't spread misinformation about everything. All right, cool. So I'm not spreading misinformation. I can't remember during the campaign. She went on the camera and she literally said. Also, she talked about reducing population. Which kind of like That's a little eerie. What do you mean reduced population? Are you talking about some people?
He's just making up fucking shit, dude.
You just made that up. By the way, why are you not talking about why you're not answering my question? You're making me cut you off right now because you're not answering the question. What?
I don't remember, but she did. That's why you gotta have AI.
No, she didn't. She never said that. You made that up. Oh my gosh. Yes, I don't know. I watched it.
I watched it. You were probably high as a kite when you watched it.
You literally got caught lying.
Yeah.
She never said that. Wait, she never said that. Where'd you get that from? Fox News? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. You also got the idea that she was drunk at Fox News. Name one specific indicator about the way that she was acting that made you think that she was drunk. Constantly laughing whenever someone asked her a question. She didn't actually have to. Yeah. What? Laughing is not. Wait, how is laughing indicative of her being drunk?
Mama, like she's hot.
I'm not only just drunk. I'm just saying she. Now listen, you can laugh at me if you want. I don't care. I'm proud of being American. I'm proud of being supporting Trump. I have a 3 in the comment section right now if you're laughing at the guest and you're not drunk. See, that's what you got to turn and operate. You can't win an actual argument. Wait, dude, I'm sorry. You're the one saying that she's drunk. You're mocking Kamala Harris. You're mocking Kamala Harris and saying that she's drunk is a reason as to why that you don't accept what she has to say or think that she's a good candidate when she wasn't drunk. She was. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. I'm sorry that you can't understand it. I'm sorry that you can understand it. Just because you can't understand something doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. I can explain that to you. She's saying that you didn't just come out of nowhere. Listen. She's saying you didn't just come out of nowhere. Everyone, specifically in terms of who they are as a person, right, and where they are in their lives, would be predicated off of the context in which people were from before that. So obviously, everything that is a part of their life is going to be solely determined based on things that they did in their life, and they'll be determined by things independent of what they had a choice over. That's all she's explaining. I'm sorry that you're too dense that you can't understand what she's saying.
Oh, nice. You're too dense.
The American citizen who actually loves this country that and that's one thing. You can't actually be serious. You gotta mock because how am I mocking you? I'm brain dead apparently. I'm sorry. I understand that. I don't agree with she's actually even capable of being president. And she was cool, right? We'll never know. She's not going to be elected anyway. But if she's not the president right now. Earlier you were making a point that if you do not like it here, then leave, right? You agree with that point? Why would you stay somewhere you don't like? I mean, I would not live in a place. I support my country. I love my country. I wouldn't burn my country's flag. And if you don't like the country's flag, then there's something wrong there. There's something wrong with you. If you're burning an American flag and you live in America, I'm sorry. That's not how we do it. To me, there are people. There are people who serve this country every single day. They get shot and killed for you and me to be free, and you're going to burn a flag representing that you don't respect any of our military, and you think that doesn't affect people. God damn it! I hate when people spread. They make it so I can't cut them off, and then they fucking yap, and then I get a thing that makes them so they get flagged. Fuck! I hate when TikTok does that because they don't let me respond to this shit. It's so fucking bullshit. If they don't like it here, then leave. I wanted to make this fucking argument, and TikTok has to do that. That's so fucking frustrating. I tried so hard, and oh my god, dude, this is why I cut people off because they take so fucking long to get to a damn point, a single fucking point, a single point. It took me that long just to be able to get them to speak about that one fucking point. Unbelievable, dude. I fucking hate TikTok for doing that. That's so frustrating. Like that same argument, the one you just made specifically indicates that Joe Biden, right, destroying the country under Donald Trump's view would mean that Donald Trump should have left. And I want to be able to argue that against him, but fucking TikTok has to do that shit. It's so frustrating. Like why, bro? You want some help here? Audience. So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. What's how old are you? How old are you? Sorry. You didn't mean to. Okay. Let's go on to the next person. Let me actually thank some people here on YouTube real quick. Let me thank some people over on YouTube, and then I'll go on to the next person here. Saray, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Who's the W's for Saray in the comment section right now? Seriously, why do they totally ignore other world leaders mocking Trump? Like, literally, they do not respect Trump at all. So thank you. T-Brox, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Thank you. Yes, it did. It did. Wow, I wonder why. I wonder why it sent a text like that. That's so crazy.
That's crazy.
Yes, I did get that. I did get that.
All right.
W's for T-Brox in the comment. And you do support Donald Trump. Yes. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Who would you vote for? Donald Trump. Okay. For sure. And what would be your biggest reason why you support Donald Trump? Like, if you give a policy why you support him?
Love that. Can you give a policy?
Because of the men and women's sports.
The man and
Which
women.
policy is that specifically that you support him? Why does that have to be one singular policy? Could you just name a single policy of Trump's? That he's ever passed that is good? Yeah. I mean, he's done the good things in the past. So that's why I'm bringing the argument on this stage. I just know what you men and women's sports, but you're like trying to pivot off. What's the specific policy? Do you even know a policy? I know policy from Donald Trump, but why can't you respond to my points? Do you agree with me and mention you on the sports? Thank you. I don't think trans women are women, right? Or wait, what? I do think trans women are women. I think. Me too. Fuck off, dude. Oh, God damn it! I hate when people make me fucking. It's literally them being annoying. Them being annoying that gets me like discombobulated in the brain, and then they just like try to be like, oh, you said something incorrectly because I'm fucking rage baiting you. Like, bro, dude, I'm just gonna kick them. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Yo, what's up, how old are you? All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. We're just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. How old are you? Okay, let's go on the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. For people on YouTube, you don't see a set of criteria because it's on TikTok. It's on TikTok. Joseph, how old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request again if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Joseph, how old are you? So the next person.
That's MAGA for you. Nigger.
Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen.
Guest request.
Joseph, how old are you?
I'm 40.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, for the most part.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Who would you vote for?
Probably Donald Trump.
Okay, for sure, why is that?
I just agree with him and his immigration policies.
What you agree in the abduction of people from elementary schools, from high schools, right? You agree with the snatching of people off the street.
I want to know who's here. So if they're here undocumented, maybe illegally, I want to know who. I believe that they should come through and go through the process.
Have I talked to you before?
No.
No? Okay. So you think people should legally go through the system? Okay. Do you think that Donald Trump should legally use the system in all circumstances, or do you think that you would say it's justified for him to like violate due process rights for undocumented immigrants because it takes too long?
No, it should
How
use.
is he violating their due process? Where's that happening? Like, where's that happening?
Yeah, I kind of agree, John. I do think that's Katie. I think. You know what's about you? Nigger. So gross. So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen.
That's so funny. Yeah.
All right, everyone, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen.
No.
Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. You know what's about you?
Hello, okay. So, I need you to.
The next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. What's about you? So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. You know what's about you?
I'm 20.
You support Donald Trump?
No, I just think you're a cool guy. Sorry to wait.
For sure. Let's go on the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Again, we are just looking for some debate, so please, everyone, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. You know what's about you? Let's go to the next person. Only
Why
send a
you
guest request
block
if you meet the
that
set of
guy?
criteria on the screen, everyone.
All right, phone lines are up.
Ridiculous. We're not even getting Trump supporters right now. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone.
Set of criteria. You don't need any criteria for my channel. All right, here's a channel.
You what's about you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. You what's about you?
18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I support Donald Trump.
He's a black dude.
2007.
1 month?
23rd.
You said what?
If I don't speak for a while, April 23rd. If I don't speak for a while, it's because you're live. It's not live yet.
So, sure. So, what state do you live in?
Yeah. So, what'd you say?
What state do you live in?
Hello?
Come on, MAGA help. Let's get it.
I live in Texas.
Really? What time is it?
You got me. You got me.
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. You know what's about you? You're so disgusting. So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go to the next person. You know what's about you?
I'm 22.
What's your birth year?
2004.
1 month?
May.
2004 May, you'd be 21, right?
I got my phone, so 19.
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. You know what's about you?
21.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Why so?
Because he's a.
Or what's your birthday?
2003.
1 month.
November.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump?
He's an accelerationist.
No, he's not.
It's just deregulating AI.
Wait, so are you talking about accelerationism from the left to the right?
I don't know. Just in general.
Which side do you ideologically match up with?
Probably the left side.
So you're a leftist? Okay, and you support Trump, even though he harms people, because you think it will create some mystical, magical revolution.
Yeah, utilitarian.
Okay. How's that done since 2016? How's the revolution gonna begin? I'm waiting.
It's okay when capital distances itself from labor, it'll eventually happen.
Yeah, at what point? When should we expect this to be?
I don't know, but
Okay, if you don't have, then why were you willing to bet? Why were you willing to bet? Wait, why were you willing to bet hundreds of thousands of children per month having access to food stamps? Right,
because
just
it's an inevitable.
children's lunch and breakfast. 2.5 million people food stamps per month, and then also over 10 million people off their health insurance. Why were you willing to risk so much? That's just specifically through the big beautiful bill, just because it is the case that you thought there was going to be some magical mystical revolution. Good job, buddy. Let's go to the next person. You harmed every community you say that you care about. Good job. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. You know what's about you?
Trans people.
You're so crazy. It's so disgusting.
Kid. That was a kid.
The next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
System
Yo, what's up? I'm 18.
You support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What's your birth year?
I was born December 22nd, 2006.
December 22nd, 2006. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and why do you support Donald Trump?
Mainly because I hate like a lot of the illegals in the country, and I support
immigrants.
banning abortion.
Why do you hate undocumented immigrants?
Well, no, it's not that I hate them. I just hate them being here. You know,
No, I don't know.
because they're not like they got here. They thought they could come entitled like here illegally.
Yeah. Why specifically does that mean you hate them? Or you hate them being in the country?
I hate them being in the country because they don't belong. They're not American citizens.
Why don't they belong?
They don't belong because they don't have a passport or green.
There are plenty of citizens that don't have a passport.
I just know, like, you know how you have to have documents to be like a U.S. citizen. Just they don't have those.
Okay. And there are plenty of people that are currently on the process to become a citizen that currently aren't a citizen. Do you think they are not legally or justifiably in the country?
Well, they're still in the country because they have American citizenship. Like those are the only people.
So before they have citizenship, they can still be legally in the country. You know that, right?
Yeah, with like what, green card?
Well, one, people can just come here through tourism for a certain period of time. Secondly, it can be through the context of a green card. And it's the case that in certain contexts, it is the case that people do not have citizenship, and they're still legally designated as in the country. So under those connotations, you would say that it is the case that they are not legally in the country because they're not citizens.
See?
Yeah.
Yes.
The main thing for me is
Wait, hold on, stop. You did not just say that. Do you think tourists are legally in the country?
yeah, tourists are legally in the country.
Well, you just contradicted yourself. They aren't citizens, are they?
No, but I meant like people staying like long term. Like people who are here for years and they know they shouldn't be here, not like weeks.
When you say shouldn't be here, I'm confused what you mean.
I mean like they've been here for years.
I have a question. What is something that you would restrict people from coming to the country based upon? Could you give me an example?
I'm not like I'm not like opposed to anyone coming in as long as they do it the right way. Like they
Yeah,
can
like say you're running a vetting process. What things are you gonna vet for?
like criminal history or something. That's the main thing.
Okay, so if you vet for that in terms of allowing people to legally immigrate to the country, why don't you vet for that in terms of people becoming president?
we do that, bro. Like,
You did? Really? You voted for criminal history when voting for president? Really? 'Cause, I mean, take a guess who you voted for. You voted for a convicted and sentenced criminal.
what? Well, there were allegations. Those are sex.
He was convicted and sentenced. And you voted for him. So apparently committing crimes wasn't a reason to like not allow someone to be president. Wasn't something that you took into account in vetting for getting into the Oval Office, but for some reason you take that into account when referencing people being able to legally immigrate to the country.
Well, it depends on the crime. Like, the justice system just wanted to force down that felony down his throat, just to. Like, the crime wasn't that severe.
Wait, I'm sorry. Aren't you the one trying to force a misdemeanor down the throats of undocumented immigrants?
What do you mean misdemeanor? Like,
yeah, you're trying to put a misdemeanor on them. I think that's a false thing right there. You're doing in the same way you believe it's false towards Donald Trump, even though there's a conviction, right? I believe it was false even prior to the point that you got to a fucking conviction. You didn't even use due process. You didn't even go through a court system. You fucking say that they're guilty of being in the country undocumented. But Donald Trump, who went through the context of the court system, was convicted beyond a reasonable doubt. Oh, he's not guilty, even though he was convicted beyond a reasonable doubt. You hear yourself?
he was convicted, but like, for example, Trump's crime, like, if someone was convicted of that, I wouldn't like not want them in the country. Like, that wouldn't be a crime severe enough.
Really? So like you would let criminals with a criminal history of felonies legally enter the country?
Well, they wouldn't have felonies because they're from other countries.
Wait, just to clarify, like you would totally just like be okay with someone with multiple felonies legally immigrating to the country? You don't have an issue with that?
The main crimes that I would want people coming in is rape and murder, like those two.
Oh, you wouldn't let them come into the country if they've committed. Wait, so if they've committed aggravated assault, would you let them into the country?
Probably, but I feel like those types of cases would go.
You would let them in the country if they committed assault? Push the boxing glove. What the fuck?
Dude, you have to know, like, those.
Wait, no, hold on. Wait, are you serious? You would let someone in the country if they've committed assault?
Well, assault against like a woman and stuff, no. But like just like man to man. Why you, bro?
That's nuts. The fact that you would just overlook someone literally assaulting another person, regardless of whether or not they're a man or a woman. What? You think assaulting men isn't like a crime insofar as you wouldn't let someone in the country, but then like you're also like stuck up on like, you know, specifically deporting people whether they commit violent crimes or bad crimes and have no other criminal history other than the fucking misdemeanor of coming to the country undocumented. And yet you are okay with people who have assaulted people coming to the country so long as who they assaulted was a man? What?
You're getting assault charge for like punching someone, bro.
Yeah, do you think that's okay? Do you think that's okay to let people in the country who have like punched others?
Isn't there like stages to it? Like,
I'm sorry. If someone has assaulted another person, I would not be comfortable with them coming to the country. We're talking about like as an adult.
How about if they were defending?
That's the type of assault that we're referencing. Of course, you would let.
How about they were defending a woman? How about the reason why the guy came up and just assaulted the guys because the guy was bashing on a woman? So technically speaking, right? The guy assaulted the guy, but he was violently attacking a woman. What do you think about that? Right?
But the thing is,
okay, so to clarify, like so then like it's not just rape.
Feel free to call, dude. I'm just waiting for some of you bitches to call. If you're not a pussy, give me a call, Nazi. I don't debate like this motherfucker, dude. This guy's a pussy, right?
No.
Right?
But you let them become president of the United States.
I'm going to debate that you're a fucking Nazi. You worship this motherfucker. That's my debate. That you are a loser fucking Nazi. Feel free to call. There's my number. 202-656-6012. Call anytime.
Well, first of all, the sexual abuse charges on Trump.
I'm just here coding, waiting for your phone call.
They they were technically enforced, but I don't believe like.
Well, let me do the poll.
Yeah, dude, they were so fabricated, dude. Like,
Okay, well, how about this? So everyone who's in the country undocumented, it's just fabricated that they were in the country undocumented. They're actually here legally.
I mean, ICE can see like if you have those documents, you know, and if you don't,
They're all fabricated by the Trump administration.
wait, can you repeat that again? Sorry.
That was fabricated by the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Am I justified in believing that?
What was fabricated?
All of those charges against any undocumented immigrant, right? Any undocumented immigrant that they're saying that they are deporting, right? All of those were manufactured and fabricated by the Trump administration and ICE. Every single one. They're all in the country legally, right? And Donald Trump just fabricated those. Do I have reason to believe this?
No.
Why not?
Because paper trail is easier, like, than words.
Are you saying that I require evidence?
Yeah, you need evidence.
So what was your evidence?
Evidence of what?
Remember when you just said that it was fabricated?
Oh, for Trump?
You said it was fabricated, yeah. So what was your evidence that it was fabricated? I can't hear you when you cover it.
There you go.
Sorry. I feel like the main evidence is like it was just a bunch of testimonies there. People can buy it. Like it's just words compared to like this.
And what's the evidence that the documentation actually says the undocumented immigrants, right, were undocumented? Is it just claims from the Trump administration? That's testimony, right? So what do you?
The hell's my headset?
You just accept the testimony by virtue of claim from the Trump administration, not even through the context of a court process.
Well, because it's not even from there's more people like compared to like one person testifying in the Trump sexual case versus.
It wasn't one person. It wasn't one person. There were multiple other victims that came out and talked about their experiences being assaulted by Donald Trump. Okay, you didn't even look into the case. You didn't know that because you never even cared to do the research. You were willing to dispute it being true, even though a unanimous decision of 9 people in a jury indicated.
Wait for your calls. We're listening to this. We're listening to this guy just destroy MAGA, right? I'm just going to prove that you're a fucking Nazi. Feel free to call. You are a Nazi. MAGA Nazi.
That's it.
I'm undoubtedly the atheist monk.
Also with other views that I support, like abortion things.
What abortion thing?
Really? Like, okay, so you're willing to overlook the sexual abuse because of abortion?
No, not just that.
What else? What else specifically adds up insofar as that you're willing to overlook the sexual abuse? Please let me know. Because before it was that you didn't accept it. Now it's that you do accept it. Right? It is the case that you just are willing to overlook it. So what makes you overlook it?
Well, it was in like what, the 70s, bro? Like that's like 50 years. And
No, it's not from the 70s. You've still done no research from 1986. You've known nothing about the case. What was the name of the victim?
Carol.
Eugene Carroll. You only got part of her name. What store was she assaulted in?
Dude.
I don't know.
Macy's.
You don't know?
No.
Can you tell me anything about the case?
Trump was held. He was framed, or not framed, but bro, the jury. The thing is about juries, bro. Like,
then why did he lie?
Before the case.
Wait, I'm confused. If it was all like framed, what was framed? What specifically was framed?
It was just framed, like for the American public.
In what way? Like what was framed? What was wrong?
Like Trump was going to be found guilty just because he was running for president.
No. That's not how it works. Because this was in 2019 when she spoke about her story, and then while he wasn't even running for president, right, the case was starting to become litigated. Right, only until after he started running, then it would be the case that he was held liable. But it was before the point he was running again in 2024.
Well, bro, she brought up her case as a sole single woman. Like she against
There were multiple other people that specifically in the
22 women.
Right, that came out that talked about how they were assaulted by Donald Trump. There's 26 other victims, 26 victims that talk about specific sexual misconduct that Donald Trump has committed against them. Many of them specifically talking about being assaulted by Donald Trump, being raped by Donald Trump. Right, like I'm sorry, like, are you willing to overlook all of those different cases? When there's over 26 different people coming out and speaking about it, doesn't that likely indicate that this is true?
I feel like it just indicates that now that he's super like popular in the political world, like that just happens. Like a lot of people.
Could you give me a set of conditions that you would believe about Donald Trump that would indicate a skill?
You said what?
Can you tell me a set of conditions that you would believe that would indicate that Donald Trump is guilty?
I feel like it have to be like a big like corporation, like finding him guilty, like not like individuals.
You're covering your mic. What did you say?
Like I feel like it'd have to be a big corporation, like charging him or something.
What the fuck does that mean?
Dude, like instead of like single like woman trying to say word on word, like, oh, he raped me or whatever. Like,
are you trying to joke right now? Do you think
no,
this is funny?
I'm saying like there'd have to be like a big corporation versus Trump with tons of witnesses and things like that, versus like individuals trying to
26. How about 26 different people?
Well, all those cases are different in every way, bro. And like, there's
why does that matter?
There's a lot of them have like they have like no ground.
What makes you think that they have no ground?
Because there's no real evidence. And
what is evidence? Yeah. What do you take as evidence? You still have yet to tell me.
Like physical things,
such as
I don't know, dude. Like things on the ground, clothes, blood.
So, like, how about a dress with unidentified male DNA on it, where Donald Trump didn't give up his DNA for multiple years allotted? If he never met her, like he said he never met her, then why didn't he give up his DNA to disprove that he was at the scene of the crime? Because there was a dress with DNA on it.
Yeah, Trump wouldn't give up his DNA.
You don't have to go for DNA.
Wait, no, what reason would he have to not give up his DNA? Because it would have proven his innocence under his view, because he never met her, right?
Well, because his DNA, I don't think it's like public. So once it's in like all the systems, it's like
it doesn't put in all different systems. It doesn't make it public information. They would test it in the context of the civil court against the DNA on the dress. If they never met, how the hell would they have Donald Trump's DNA?
Yeah, why wouldn't he want his DNA in the system? That's a better question.
Okay, well then why would they specifically put some random person's DNA?
I'm waiting for you to call. Right? Give me a call there, Nathan. Nathan, call. What's up, buddy? Give us a call.
It's framed, but then they didn't put Donald Trump's DNA on the dress. In your view?
I think it's framed. But the DNA on the dress.
Maybe someone called. Sorry, my bad. I wasn't on the right. I just checked.
Because his DNA, it's.
I closed the window, so if someone called, let me see if anyone called.
Like, once it's like given to like a place like that, it's gonna be like.
So you're telling me
no calls. We're alive. Feel free to call Nathan. Give me a call, Nathan. Give me an update, brother.
They couldn't frame him.
Well, even if they did have his DNA, I mean, they already framed it. That's what I mean. They just put DNA on there, knowing he would refuse to give his DNA up to them, you know. So they, yeah.
So why would he refuse?
What's the link?
Because he knew the charges were like bogus.
Okay, if he knew that they were bogus, then why wouldn't he give up his DNA to disprove that he was innocent?
There you go. Nathan,
Because
what's going on?
and often the database is
This is JS.
Oh, it's JS. I thought Nathan was calling. Go, Nathan, I'm calling now. And right when he wrote, I'm calling, you call. What's going on, JS? How you been, sir?
All busy.
You
as
sound
always.
intelligent. You sound intelligent, Nathan. We'll just call you. Let's pretend you're Nathan. Nathan, what happened? Did you get like a brain transplant? You're like smart sounding. So Trump's been seen. He's been seen.
Yeah,
Ah.
sadly.
He didn't play golf though. That's good. He's probably sick. Why didn't he play golf? Did he explain why he didn't play golf? Where was he seen?
No, press corps had a picture of him. I think he was on his golf course, but I don't know. It wasn't a picture of him golfing. I think he's got health issues, and he was probably getting treated.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I think so too. I think he was probably in the hospital. They whisked him in 3 a.m. Right? Probably had a surgery or something, and he's out of it. But they don't want to show that.
Yeah, can't portray weakness.
Okay. All right. So I'm trying to get the stupid bot to run. All right. So let's I had it working yesterday, and then I started adding other modules, and now the whole thing isn't working. I fucking no.
Oh. Don't you like how 90% of the MAGA say, well, I like his policy on immigration?
Yeah. What
Which
policy?
is basically, he hates the same people that I hate.
Right.
For no good reason. They just like the hate. Hate the brown people, hate the poor people, hate the LGBTQ people.
Yeah. It's the thing is none of them white, like this guy here I'm listening to, he's debating old talking points. He's not pushing about the whole Nazi thing. I mean, that's the thing right now. It's like, when was the last time federal troops, were in a state uninvited by the governor or even mayor of that state? When was the last time that's ever happened? It's never happened. That's
Probably 1700s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't it the Whiskey Rebellion in Pennsylvania?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. It probably did. I think the governor invited them in there, right? Or was it the governor didn't? I don't know.
No, the federal government had hair up their butt about taxes to pay for the war, something like that. The Revolutionary War. I don't remember the whole story.
I mean, that's crazy. Or you've got why aren't the troops in DC actually in the crime areas? Why are they posing for photo shoots around the White House? There's no crime around the White House, around K Street.
Yeah.
I used to live there. Dude, I used to walk there at midnight, walking around all around there, going to clubs and shit, going out. There's no crimes there. You have to go to the Easter. Oh, I don't remember where it was, but on the outskirts, when you drive in, it's so
Yeah, my visit was in the 90s, and it was unusual. It was I just had the place kind of gave me the creeps a little bit because they have these bright lights shining at these fancy monuments, but right outside the bright lights was ghettos. I remember seeing a sign on a building, giant, plywood sign that said "Open Air Drug Market, DC Police, where are you?" So, I mean, it has its problems, as every city does. But does it justify bringing in the National Guard? Something tells me it doesn't. if more authoritarian government is the answer to your problems, you got to start asking different questions.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, well, just listening to these
Crime.
people. I mean, like my new thing now is they're undocumented Americans. That's how I look at them. Like, these are undocumented. They are undocumented Americans because we have a system that doesn't help them become Americans, right? We have an adversary system instead of a support system. We have a system that seeks to not make them citizens versus a system that tries to make them, if they deserve it, they should become citizens and make it easy and not something difficult.
I've yet to get a good answer from the maggots about why Trump had the Republicans had the opportunity to pass the most comprehensive immigration reform bill in the history of America, bipartisan. Most of the stuff that conservatives want, they got, and Trump scuttled it. He literally blew it because he wanted to run on hate. They just can't accept that he blew it.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad to see some countries standing up to him. Yes, Canada stood up to him on submarine defense contracts.
What happened there? Tell us what happened.
Well, it's something to do with the import tariffs on steel and aluminum. And so they decided they would build their own subs instead of contracting with the U.S. And that's potentially going to cost 10,000 jobs in the long run. The military-industrial complex is pretty big deal and hires a lot of people. And then Mexico made a deal with Canada over tomatoes. It's going to cost America, I don't know how many billions, but I guess we sell a lot of tomatoes internationally. But all this shit's just going to start backfiring. It hasn't fully, so people don't really believe that tariffs are taxes. But people don't believe it is shit until they step in it. Like, unless it happens to them, oh, you're just making it up. You're just being hyperbolic. No. This has been done before.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all fun and games to laugh about somebody stomping on, poor person's neck. Until it's your neck that they're stomping on.
Exactly. It's and they're so naive. How about what's been going on protest wise? Any updates on the protests and everything, or anything that you've been paying attention? I haven't really been looking.
I've been a little bit isolated, to be honest. I'm in rural Pennsylvania.
Do you have a representative near you? Like, is there a senator or something? Someone out there that's not doing town halls where you are?
Not doing town halls, no. Well, they do phone town halls. I've missed a couple of those.
They do phone. They don't do in-person town halls.
I haven't seen one advertised.
Well, you got to get out there chalking, JS. I think I want to see out there chalking. You should go out there it'd be a great photo op out there chalking. Like, where are you? Where's our town halls? And and then send it to Jezebel. We need to get more people out there chalking. We need to find a group. You should get a little group together.
Yeah, I did chalking as political protest a lot, actually. I was looking up the cheapest source of sidewalk chalk the other night, thinking maybe it should be part of my arsenal.
I think what she did, I think she's a great test. Do you know who I'm talking about? Jezebel in Tennessee.
No, I tried to find her and I wasn't able to find any of her work.
Hold on, I'm going to link it in the post. All right. She is a powerhouse. I love her, dude. She's just this one woman, right? And and deep red Tennessee. And they hate her. It's so funny. Let's see, where is home? Where is Jezzy? Jezzy, where are you, Jezzy?
Jezebel vibes.
Yes, that's her. Jezebel vibes.
Yeah, we when I was teaching people to use chalk as a protest, we would do it on the vertical surfaces of stairs because the horizontal surfaces would get walked over and rained on pretty easy.
Yeah.
But when we put it on the vertical surfaces, it would stay there for a long
I think she does it also for the legality. Like you said, you can't chalk the federal building, right? That's illegal.
Right.
But you can chalk the sidewalk. That's public space.
Yep. Yeah, I chalked all the way around a block around a hotel that George Bush Sr. was having a fundraiser, and I did crime scene body outlines and slogans. It's pretty crazy. Like Bush Noriega 88. Support your local coke dealer, vote Bush. There's a coke dealer behind every Bush. Stuff like that.
Nice. Let's see. Look at where that got France now. What are you talking about? Super. Let's read the chat here. Christopher, if you don't know what happened during the French Revolution, I won't say it on here. I'll let you all just read up on it. What's your point, Cole? Right? I agree with you, man. All right, let me help you out. Let's add moderator. Welcome. Give you your hat. Whack 'em Nazi. I'm trying to get the bot running. We actually have. It's called MAGA Doom. You notice that we don't give these bitches much of a we don't give them a platform. We used to give them a platform. I used to be very much like this guy. Just in chat, just letting them talk and rant and shit. But not anymore, dude. Not anymore. We have to go. I think Jess would agree. We basically have to go on the offensive. What does that mean? I'm glad knuckleheads like yourself have Monday, Mon, right? What they can't even write. They're trying to say have mom. You're trying to say my mom. What's up, Richard? That's right. Fuck Donald J. Trump. We agree. You're in the right channel there, buddy. 1 year ago. Where you been? What's your story, dude? What's your story? Been protests? Anyone have news on protests? Anyone wants to call in, right? And talk about protesting, talk about ICE events, talk about anything. You don't have to be a Nazi. You can call in anyone can call in. Or you can pop in on our Discord. I'm live on Discord, JS, if you want to pop over to Discord. I'm on there too. So
okay, maybe I should free the lineup for callers and I'll hop over to Discord.
Yeah, I'm there. It's live on there too. So we also have a Discord. All right.
Does this line take multiple callers?
It does. I'll just get. No, you can hang here. We can just we can just hang here. There.
Firing up the laptop for the YouTube so I can see the live chat. Logged in, this might work.
Seeing if I fucked up my channel because I was having two bots working on the same thing, which is probably not wise to do. Two agents.
Well, we screwed him up good last couple days ago, didn't we?
What's Julianne Frey saying? My bad. 7,000. I went to high school in the 80s, so better history now. Yeah, I went to high school in the 80s too. Oh no. I hate it. Like I get the damn thing working, and now it's broken, and I have no idea why it's broken. It's not working. So, but I was able to get like it logging in. So it's like I got it to do these other things, and then it breaks it. It's so annoying. But yeah, feel free if anyone wants to call in. You want to chat about anything, have questions about AI. Maybe I should do some AI. What do you think? Should I do some AI? Let's see here.
Maybe.
Or do you want to listen? Do you want to keep listening to this guy?
No, it doesn't. We're talking about a civil case.
He's okay, but I don't think he's the most impressive one you played.
He's boring. To me, he's boring, dude. It's like he's boring. The MAGAs are too afraid to call into my show. Are you this? He's like, I guess he's on TikTok. So he's on TikTok, and then he's also streaming on YouTube.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wondered whether your bot could access through API and Google Sheet for Q&As. Like when somebody goes, he's not a fascist, and then boom, he would start railing off, this is fascist, you did this is fascist.
So yeah, you can do the quiz. We could do a quiz like, what is this fascism? Yes or no? Right? Oh, we got a phone call. Look at that. We're getting a phone call. Accept. All right.
Call from
Daniel.
Daniel, how you doing? You're on the air. Welcome. You ever talked to anyone in Japan before? He hung up. JS.
Really?
I go, hello, you're on the air. You ever talked to anyone in Japan before? And he's like, click. I guess he was checking to see if the number actually worked. Daniel.
Nice. I got some funny
Let me call him back.
music.
Let me call him back. Let's call Daniel back.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Yo, it's the guy calling you back. You called into my show, Daniel. Daniel, are you pussy? Daniel, the MAGA pussy, won't pick up. I guess so. Guess Daniel's afraid. He was calling to check if the number worked. He was surprised I picked up.
The message title you have called is not available.
Oh, not available.
Message after the tone.
Yeah, when you grow a pair, give me a call back. All right, have a good day. Hey, listen, if you support Trump, you're a fucking Nazi. If you want to debate that, give me a call back. How's that? Oh my God. What's up, Tony? Hey man, what are you calling, Tony? Tony, we want to hear. Don't we want to hear Tony JS? Don't we want to hear the chef? Chef, call in. Call in, Jeff.
Sure.
Jeff the chef. Tony, give us a call or jump on the Discord. I want to hear Tony. I want to hear Tony talk. They want to hear Tony. I do too, Tony. Cindy wants to hear you talk too. That was VIP. Oh look, it's calling back. Welcome. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. What I call you? What's your name?
My name is Jay. Yeah, when you grow up there.
Who was that? Your son? Was that your son or your boyfriend?
What are you talking about?
I just heard someone in the background yelling.
Oh no. You have to with my dad, who is outside in the garage right now.
The Google Voice switch phones feature is no longer available.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit that.
Garage right now.
So go ahead. So what's on your mind?
Say that again?
What's on your mind? Let me ask you a question. Do you support Trump?
Well, it's just say that I recently entered in politics, and it's not really as I support him, rather that I approve of what he's doing.
Are you American? You have an accent. I'm just asking. Are you?
No, I'm not American.
Where are you from? That's cool. I don't mind.
Actually, I'm from Haiti.
Haiti.
Yeah.
Okay. So he like kicked all your immigrants out of America. You know that. The Haitians?
I should not mind. I will tell you how do I know about Trump.
Well,
So
do you know that he called there? You remember he said they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. He's talking about Haitians. Let me ask you this: do Haitians eat cats and dogs?
Yes,
They do.
potentially, yes.
Okay, so Haitians do eat cats and dogs in Haiti.
Yes.
All right. So they're that hungry, right? They do.
No, not. The thing is, with all honesty, my dad. Actually talked to dad about my dad. He said to never actually talk to anyone about this, or that he disapproved actually of me saying that. But based on my experience, I've not only that I've heard, but many of my friends who actually approve of this. Based on my experience, practice. Well, I could discuss something else if you'd like. Primarily, I want to ask you, why do you hate him so bad?
Why don't I like Trump? Why do I?
Yes.
I don't hate anyone. All right, I don't hate anyone. All right, I put truth to power.
I mean,
So then let me answer. So the issue is I don't think that anyone should be treated like an animal, right? Like a wild animal, like just picking them up off the street, throwing them into cages, not giving them any access to any legal services, what we call due process, and then just shipping them out of sight, out of mind. That's basically what Trump is doing to the undocumented Americans. We have 15 million undocumented Americans because we have a system which isn't conducive to getting their citizenship. So here's your dilemma. You're fleeing. You don't want your children to go into sex trafficking or go into the drug trade, right? Because that's what's happening in South America. There is no civil order. It's run by the cartel, and you either join and you're a product. Your children are a product. I'm sure you can relate to that. You understand what I'm saying there, right? So out of this, so you have to do a massive. You're 1,000 miles away. Thousands of kilometers away, and you have this idea that America is this place of freedom, that everyone, you heard stories about America. It's kind of like the wonder, like, oh my God, and so you sell everything. You maybe have a small business, you sell, get rid of everything, get as much cash as you can, and then you take this arduous journey through the jungles, through, all these criminal gangs taking advantage of you. And a small percentage actually make it, right? They actually get into America, and a lot of them get in and they claim asylum. And Biden's okay. We're going to hear your case, and we have a process for asylum, right? And they came in the right way. A lot of them basically, were children. We call them DACA that had no fault of their own. They're here, and we always talk about pathway to citizenship, which we haven't provided them. And then all of a sudden, here comes this monster who basically says, we don't care that you're trying to go the legit way. We don't care that, and we just want to get you out of the country. And we don't care about your situation. We don't care about anything. you are brown, you're not white, you don't qualify to be in America because, and if you're driving down the road now in America, and if you're not white like me and you're brown, like which I imagine you are, right? You are far more likely to be pulled over, right, and interrogated and thrown into into a holding facility and then deported. That's the reality. That's what's going on. And we got all these videos and everything else. And I think that's wrong. I think under our Constitution.
This is what you think. This is what the argument that you're trying to point out. Now, if you may, I want to enter into an argument with you, asking you specifically about the process that has to be done for migration. And you said that Biden is the one who accepted asylum from this country as
not just Biden. A lot of people did. Not just Biden.
Exactly.
Not just Biden.
My point is, so why are there two administrations which are so divided with migration? So you have Biden who specifically supported open border policy.
No one supported open border, right? There was a process. The thing is when you come over the border, you claim asylum. And if you claim asylum, we must hear your asylum case. You understand that, right? There's no open border. There's no open border.
Has nothing to do in the
Call from
Jose.
Hey, Jose, how you doing? Can you hold for a moment? Are you American? Let me ask a question. Are you American? Are you in America?
Yes.
Yeah, hold 1 second. All right. Hey, listen, there's another call. I appreciate your call. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. Keep up the good fight. Tyranny, no matter what form, needs to be oppressed. I think we can agree on that. All right. Take care. All right. You're on the air. How you doing?
Bien.
Where are you calling from?
California.
California. All right. Nice. So, tú hablas español, ¿sí?
Portuguese.
Do you speak Spanish? California is a lot.
Portuguese.
Seguese. No comprendo.
Portuguese.
Portuguese. My bad. Portuguese.
No, I'm just fucking with you. Nigger.
Look at that. Look at this. Look at the MAGA. Look at the MAGA. Look at the intellectual quality of the MAGA supporter, right? Can't call back. Let's call him back. All right. So if feel free to call this number back. I'm going to give you the number of the person who shared profanity, so everyone can give him a call. All right, everyone give him a call on there.
call from
Moose.
What's up, Moose? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all right, man. I just wanted to say.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later.
All right, hold on. Go on, News. Go ahead, News. Where are you calling? Before we get going, where are you calling from? Just curious.
I'm calling from Aurora, Colorado.
Colorado. Nice.
Yeah. But I am a Nazi, and I also hate Trump.
You're a Nazi and hate Trump.
Yeah. Trump is not on my team. Trump is like.
But I mean, but you know, I know, but you know that your team loves Trump. You know that, right?
No, they don't. No Nazi I know loves Trump.
Yeah, they do.
We hate Israel. We want Israel to burn.
I know, but they were like.
Trump is a Zionist dude.
Yeah, but
Trump loves Israel.
Yeah.
He's not on my team at all.
They all voted for him because look what he's doing with immigration. Look what he's doing to the Browns.
Look at what he's doing with Israel.
No. Just let's take away. Let's just pretend. I mean, Biden did the same shit with Israel, right? Biden was, but you must love the fact as a Nazi, you must love the fact that he's going to ethnically cleanse the Palestinians there, right? You think they're worth?
Because I hate the Jews more than I don't care about the Palestinians. I don't want people to die. I don't care.
I actively don't like Israel and the Jewish people because they're an enemy of humanity, because they're trying to propagate their prophecies and they're trying to manufacture them. And the end prophecy is the war of Gog and Magog, which is a global nuclear war. They are the end of
I don't think really a design. I thought it was the fundamental nationalist that you are that doing that.
Want a global nuclear war?
No, you got no. The Christian nationalists want to bring down the second coming on a horse and shit. That's all Christian nationalists. That's what you guys are.
Bro, I'm an atheist.
I know, but most Nazis are Christian nationalists.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Conflating Nazis with MAGA. I am an atheist, anti-Israel. Like I don't
like Israel. I don't like Israel because for different reasons, right? I don't like anyone doing
more in common than I do with Trump supporters.
I don't want to, I don't believe in in genocide and ethnic cleansing, right? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. But you do, as a Nazi, you believe in that. You do that to
no way.
But that's what that's what Nazis did, though.
All mankind.
I
believe Jews are the enemy of all mankind. Everyone else should have their home, and they should be able to protect themselves in their home. I think Palestinians have the right to protect themselves fully against the Israeli fleets that are coming in there. I don't think anybody wants to march into Africa and take out Africans just because they're black.
Well, the thing, I think. I mean, the Chinese are doing it because they want their resources. They're building the road and bridge policy there, right? They're going in there and just strip mining everything and just that's what they're doing to Africa, right? That's what they're doing to Africa. Is there's like, yeah, we're your best friends. Let's build a bunch of roads and we're gonna take all your resources and we're gonna fuck out. Like it was like Africa is just this hoe, dude. It's like hoe. It's like, yeah, we love you. We're gonna build a road for you and train so we can ship out all your fucking natural resources that won't benefit you and take it away. And we did the same thing in South America. That's what we were doing in stealing other people's oil and stuff like that. And as soon as they're like, hey, let's just for the people, then we call them, communists and socialists and everything else. So yeah, I mean, I am, I think the biggest problems that we have in the United States is AIPAC. I agree with you there, right? AIPAC, we give money to Israel. Israel turns around and gives the same money back to AIPAC, but then they buy up all the politicians, whether left or right. I'm sure you agree on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and then we've got, and I think, like Bannon is like a Nazi. Wouldn't you say Bannon's a Nazi?
I wouldn't say Bannon's a Nazi. I'd say he's less of a Zionist than Trump.
He hung out with all the German Nazis. He's friends with the woman in Germany, from the Nazi party there. That was the father was very famous Nazi group, whatever.
He still simps for the American government. It's just a total little shill.
And how about how about Miller? Isn't he hardcore Nazi?
I don't see any politician out there being on my team at all.
Really?
Like honestly, there's a couple Democrats that speak out. There's a couple Republicans that speak out, but they all toe the line. They're all a bunch of pussies. And yeah,
pissed off. Get in the Discord. I think Pissed Off wants to talk to you. Pissed Off, we're in Discord. Pissed Off just got, one Pissed Off veteran? Have you been in my channel before?
I've been on your channel before, yeah.
How long have you been on my channel for?
I haven't talked to you.
I know, you haven't talked.
Yeah, but I've watched your stuff
for a couple months? Months?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, months.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your screen name in here? Who are you in the chat? Did they nuke you? Or are you still in the chat? Did you get nuked out?
No, I'm still on there. X Moose, man.
Oh, X Moose. All right. All right. Well, Pissed Off. Well, I don't know if Pissed Off wants to say anything to you on there. Quick test.
Sorry, Pissed Off. It's hard when you meet somebody who's actually like, I like white people and I don't want immigrants in my town. And I don't want the Jews to take over the world. We're not pro-Trump, man. Honestly, we align much more with the center than anyone else.
Well, the thing is that I'm going to push back on that. Now, I mean, I think having immigrants in the town is good. I mean, I'm a minority here. I'm a white guy in Japan. I'm a fucking minority.
Yeah, but don't you have to fight for citizenship there? If you came over illegally, wouldn't they kick you out? Like,
it's so hard to become a Japanese citizen. It ain't gonna happen. It's very hard. It's very. I'd have to speak the language like a native and do a bunch of shit and be. I can become a resident, right? Which I'm actually going to apply for next time around because I have 2 kids and everything else. That's doable, becoming a resident, but not a citizen. You know, Japan is they're very xenophobic, kind of like, in that regard. They want to keep the culture to Japanese, but they didn't grow up. They didn't bring in millions of Africans. They don't have a border next to Korea where, they've got all these Koreans flooding in. I mean, you can't conflate Japan. It's an island.
Well, I don't have a border with a bunch of Haitians in Venezuela, but I still have a bunch of Haitians and Venezuelans coming in, and I don't want to give them citizenship, just like Japan doesn't want to give you citizenship. Like, this is not their country. They effed their country up. They made it a shithole, and now they want to come here and they want to be my neighbors.
Well, it's like anything. It's like I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying. I mean, it's more like that the rich, just like the rich people fucked the system up here. The rich people, probably through America and everything else, fucked up their system, and then they fucking left.
But we don't need I totally agree, but we don't need a whole bunch of Venezuelan, like, neo-communists.
But the thing is, the Venezuelans have more claim to America than we do. You know that, right? I mean, that's
horseshit.
How is that horseshit?
I'm native and I'm white, right?
What do you mean native? What does that mean, native?
Was a Native American.
All right, well, do you understand that her family are the ones that went down to South America?
My family took this country through blood and treasure from my other family. Yeah. And I have a right to it, whether you're on the left side and say that.
Right. Well, I'm saying, I mean, the
right side and say.
But the Hispanics, right? the indigenous people, you're on your mother's side, right, have a claim to it, and they went down and established Venezuela.
That's like saying that Italians have a claim to Norway. That's insane.
Why would you say Italians have a claim to Norway?
Because Venezuelans don't have a claim to North America. They're not from anywhere near North America. They're not from the USA. Their ancestors have never touched foot in the USA.
How do you know?
They don't have any claim to this land.
How do you know?
They live on the same continent as me.
Venezuela?
Yeah.
I thought
Venezuela is in South America. They have no claim to.
Yeah, isn't North America and South America connected through a little strip of land where Chile is and shit?
Through a tiny strip of land, yeah. But
so you don't think tribes can move up and down there? There's not like it's an island. It's the same continent.
Okay, so are you saying that Norwegians just give open citizenship to any Italian or Portuguese or French person that wants to come into their country, and all of Europe should do it just because it's connected? I mean, in that respect, Americans and Jews and everyone else has the right to take over Iran and Iraq, right? Because all of our ancestors came from a place that was connected to Iran and Iraq. So we have full right to be citizens there because it's connected by land. That's insane.
Well, I mean, we live on one planet, don't we?
Okay, so you believe in no border.
I believe we live on one planet. And I believe that we should fucking make every part of the planet fucking amazing, so no one wants to fucking leave it. I mean, if we focused on fixing Venezuela instead of raping Venezuela, if we focused on helping Chile and all these other places, they wouldn't fucking leave.
I agree with you.
And we have these billionaires and trillionaires. We take it from eat the rich, dude. We don't need fucking billionaires. We don't need billionaires. Fuck the billionaires.
That's a fine argument. That doesn't mean that Venezuelans have a right to be in my neighborhood, to take my tools, to drop my wages, to commit more crime in the neighborhood I live in. I'm an electrician in Aurora, Colorado. And I went to work one day, and all the Mexicans were gone, and they were all Venezuelans. And everyone's wages that were coming in dropped 10, 15, 20%. All our tools started going missing. They started doing raids all over town, dressing up as Amazon workers, breaking into people's houses. Like, they're from a different culture. I don't care where they're from. They create problems. They don't need to be on my couch. If we want to make their country better, we could do it after ours is great. But right now ours is shit, and we need people from a shittier country coming over to make ours worse.
So that's why you like Trump.
No, I don't like Trump.
He's amazing moving out the Venezuelans. I figure that's your connection with Trump.
I like Trump more than I like Biden, but I don't like Trump at all.
All right. Okay. Anyone else want to chime in? There's people listening to you on Discord. Anyone on Discord? JS? Anyone else want to chime in? We got. Hey, listen. How often do you get a full-fledged Nazi calling in to a show? Listen,
I'm 75%. I'm a quarter Native American. I can't be full-fledged.
Well, what I mean, but you're not really Nazi. You don't want genocide. You don't want to kill the Jews. I mean, you're not that extreme, are you?
I don't want to kill minorities and people who aren't white, but I see Jews as being antithetical to human survival. But I see Jews as being I can't hear what this guy's saying.
Yeah, you see, you're coming in rough there, buddy. You're coming in rough. No, it's someone else in Discord. It's coming from Discord. Hey, Golby, it's you. Golby, there? You got a lot of background noise. Okay, there you go. They're better. Here, I'll put him on hold. Are you there? Are you there, buddy?
I have a standard line I usually tell to the racists. Of all the things that have gone wrong in my life and caused me pain, caused me anxiety, most of it's me. Blame never fixed anything.
Blame? I'm not blaming anyone. Israel and the Jews are manufacturing prophecies. They literally sacrificed a pure red heifer like 2 weeks ago, and they're talking about building the third temple. After building the third temple, the war of Gog and Magog happens, which is the level they're trying to kill us all. And they're talking about the after building the third temple, the war of Gog and Magog.
What the hell? What am I listening to?
I can't hear anything that guy's saying now.
I don't know what. Yeah.
I mean, all I'm saying is, like, I don't want anyone to die. I want humanity to survive, and I want to live in a community with people like me because I'm me, and I think I have the right to live in a community of people like me. And Jews are trying to kill all of humanity, so I'm anti-Jewish.
But there's no evidence that Jews are trying to kill all of humanity. Where do you get that from?
Well, if you look at their prophecies.
No. Don't look at their prophecies. There's plenty. No, dude.
What do you mean, dude?
You have to look at evidence.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, they sacrificed a pure red heifer.
Yeah, who was there? Who was there? There were senators there, dude. There were senators, U.S. senators there. The U.S. senator.
Yeah, and they're my enemy.
They were fucking American GOP crazy ass MAGA politicians brought a fucking heifer over to Jerusalem, right? Some poor little calf to fucking butcher. It's insane. But you can't equate. The thing is, you can't put everybody into the crazy bucket because there's one or two.
What do you mean, dude? I don't care if you're Jewish by blood. If you're Jewish by culture or religion, then you're pro-Israel, right?
Not necessarily. No. That's not true. The majority of Jews in America, from what I understand, maybe JS can back this up or find the research, are anti what's going on in Jerusalem right now. The American Jews are not pro what's going on in Gaza right now. They're pushing back.
This isn't just Israel. This is Chabad Lubavitch, the largest Jewish sect that exists on planet Earth. They're the ones who are saying we need to manufacture these prophecies. They genetically engineered a red heifer that they killed 2 weeks ago. Then they're talking about building the third temple. After the third temple, it's the war of Gog and Magog, where fire rains from the sky. All the people of the East and the West fight over Israel, and they're wiped out in an instant from a supernatural sense. I don't believe in their fucking prophecies, dude. But they made that red heifer, and now they're building the third temple. They're working up to it.
Nah, it's just because it's conflation, dude. You have to think. Here's the deal. Here, dude. You gotta laugh at this shit, dude. You gotta act like, dude. You're just.
They own our politicians, dude. They have all the power in the world.
I know, but that's you're conflating two different things. I'm saying when you see them doing the crazy shit over there, you ignore it. What we need to do is getting AIPAC out of our political system. We got, and how do we do that? We have to get the fucking Supreme Court justices, which are ultimately, giving power through Citizens United and others to these groups. I mean, it's Citizens United. Citizen United. Well, you do. They said that about health, about fucking, abortion never being overturned. The fact that abortion could be overturned means that we can overturn anything that's in there.
The pro-abortion people aren't the people that own our politicians. The abortion argument funds the entire Democratic Party. The AIPAC people own them. They own them through blackmail, through financing, through every which way. There's no getting rid of it. That's like
we need to get the anti-Trump in office. We need to get the super woke dictator, right? I think that's what Trump has taught us. That's what needs to happen.
What needs to happen is the left and the right needs to stand together, united against Israel, because it is the greatest threat to humanity. That is the only thing that might fix this, is if we say, I don't care if you're a racist, I don't care if you're freaking trans, we need to stand together because we have a greater threat that is trying to take us out. That is the only time any change will happen.
Anyone else want to chime in? Gas? What do you have to say? I just can't agree. I can't agree with that premise because it's really unhinged, right? I think we need to get unhinged. Because we have to deal with the problem of the billionaires. That's the problem we need to deal with.
But the billionaires, it's all connected, right? This greater thing is all connected to the banking system, to like historical ties to the origin of the bank, the Federal Reserve, all tied back to Israel, tied back to AIPAC, tied back to this money laundering, politician owning garbage.
Oh my God!
And then all these people are trying. Again, they're trying to manufacture.
Dude, I want to rip this kid a new fucking asshole.
Go ahead, jump in there, Colby.
Go on, dude.
Anything to justify hate.
I know.
How can I justify hate? You guys hate MAGA people. Like, what? You hate.
Bro, I don't know what girl got banged by a Venezuelan or whatever, but you're sitting here like having hate towards people you don't know, okay? You don't know them. Like you had one bad experience, and you're like, I hate fucking Venezuelans. Like, have you met one or like been a part of their family or had dinner with them? Like, you have bad experiences, and it causes you to go and speak hate about people that you know nothing about. Like,
dude, they're literally trying to
kill good people out there. There's good Jews, there's good Venezuelans, and there's bad ones too. Like, produce something that ceases the bad ones to exist, and it helps the good ones to be, a part of your community. Because it's crazy, dude. Like, all that hate you have for no reason.
Man, they come to my house and steal my shit, and you say, "Yeah."
My wife's a 30-year green card holder,
get them the fuck
and
out.
she's currently
my neighborhood.
Very afraid of getting deported for no good reason.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that you conflate everyone in the same bucket, and that's where you do. You're just saying Venezuelans. That's conflating everyone in the same bucket. I mean, there are good people and there's bad people. There's good white people and there's bad white people. There's good, but you're like, your excuse for the whole hating Jews is because of some crazy motherfuckers killing a poor calf, right? And saying it's some prophecy. If we laughed at that, right, and we focused on how do we make the system better, how do we get these billionaires to pay up, because every single billionaire in America is a billionaire because of America. They owe that money to America. They don't.
But we're not going to give that money to America. We're going to give that money to Venezuelans.
No. Not necessarily. We need to tax. We need to eat the rich. Eat the rich means tax the shit out of them. In my view, when I say eat the rich, you need to eat the fucking rich. There shouldn't, in my view, there shouldn't be any billionaires. I mean,
when you take the money from the billionaires, who gets the politicians?
it goes to the system, and the people decide where it goes by voting the politicians who need to be held accountable. So, for example, right now there's a bill on the legislature to take away all stock trading. That would include Trump, include his vice president, take away all and he's fighting against it. 90% of Americans feel and agree that our politicians shouldn't be able to fucking be trading stock. Right? They could have mutual funds and other things, but they shouldn't be trading stock. I mean, do you agree on that?
100%.
Yeah. So
if I give $100 to a politician to fight hunger in America, he takes 99 of it.
But that's true with any nonprofit. That's true. That's true. I don't disagree. And we need to change that system. We need to change that system. We need to make it where I believe. That's how I believe that we don't even need politicians. Okay. I believe that within 5 years, right, you will have your own digital twin that will 99.999 will vote the way you want it to vote, will act the way you want it to vote, right? Imagine all those digital twins interacting with one another, right? Coming to and you get an update. Hey, what's going on today? What happened? And it's telling you what's happening. It's out there negotiating with all these other digital twins, and it's following the money. Everything's on the blockchain. There's no greasing. There's no special interest groups, right? And as a collective group, which is your digital twin, it's your digital version of you, right? Is working 24/7 in having all that legislation done. We don't need politicians. I don't think we need them. Why do we need them?
But that doesn't exist right now.
But it could exist. The thing is, the technology is potentially there.
They kill Palestinians.
So yeah, and I think, I mean, I like it. Imagine a system, right? Imagine a system where the moment you disagree with a politician, they lose your vote, and if they lose enough votes, they're instantaneously out of office. What about that system? Wouldn't you like that system?
Sure, that'd be fine, but that doesn't matter when you're saying to tax the rich. Taxing the rich, we're going to feed starving children.
I don't say tax the rich. No. I didn't say tax. I never used the word tax. I said I don't want any billionaires. No, I said I don't want billionaires. So if you if you can have up to 999 million, but everything after that, and if you hide it in stock and hide it in stuff, it's gonna be for the people. It's gonna be there, right? Right. So you can't have there's not taxing the rich. I'm saying billionaires are gone in my system. No,
so you're talking about complete overhaul of the system that we have right now. That's not the same as tax the rich. That's not the same.
No, I'm just saying if you're a billionaire, there's a simple law. 100% or 99.9% of all funds over $1 billion, over $999 million is applied to the state. And it can't be sheltered in. If you put it in shit, that goes to the state. It gets transferred to the state, and think of it as a national wealth fund for housing, for education, and it can't be used for politics. It can't be used for special interests. It has to be used for the betterment of Americans.
But it should be used for a bunch of Venezuelans who got here yesterday.
Americans.
Struggling to feed my family.
Americans. If they're in America, and they can, they should into America. So if they're going to an American school, sure, they benefit. If they need housing and
But are they Americans because they showed up yesterday, or are they Americans because they're Americans?
They're American because they've gone through the process of becoming Americans. It doesn't matter, right? The process. Just like I have a spouse visa. So I get the benefits. My kids get the benefits of Japanese school. It reminds me, I got to go to the bank here. They refunded me, $300, right? On taxes, right? I paid too much taxes. So they refunded me my taxes, $300. I have to go down to the bank, right? I'm just a green card holder. I'm no different than these undocumented.
And you know how Japan makes that work out so well? Because they have a nationalist identity that doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, they have
cat eaters into their country.
They do, though. The thing is, they do. I mean, they're bringing in tremendous amount of immigrants now. from all over. Brazilians, they're bringing in Vietnamese, I can't even say Vietnamese, from Myanmar, and people all over are coming into Japan now.
Okay, but are they bringing?
They actually showed up in 1990
criminal
when their government was going to murder all Exxon employees unless they left the country.
Yeah.
Okay. What does that have to do with the Venezuelan communist man who left his entire family because he thought he can come over here, move to Aurora, Colorado, work as an electrician, and fucking rob people at night, which is my experience. Get that guy out. I don't care. I don't care if he's needy.
The thing is, if a guy does a crime and they're on a green card, they should be fucking gone. It's like me in Japan.
Okay,
if I do a crime,
we're not kicking out people on green cards, dude. We're kicking out people that aren't on green cards.
When if they do a crime, if they do a crime, get the fuck out of here. But they get their day in court. But they get their day in court. They get their day in court to prove that they're either guilty or innocent. You just don't get them out of here.
This is where you're wrong about that. They have the right to judicial hearing. That does not mean that they get to see a judge in person. That is not due process. A judge looks at their case and he stamps it or he doesn't. That is judicial hearing. He doesn't have the right to see a judge. None of these illegal immigrants have a right to see a judge. They have a right to judicial hearing. They all get it. They can't be deported in less than 24 hours. They're all held.
But they get an attorney, right? They get an attorney, right?
If they want to pay for it, but it's not a criminal thing. It's a civil trial.
Right.
So you don't get an attorney during a civil trial. If you don't get an attorney because you have a parking because you parked in the wrong spot, because you parked in front of a fire hydrant. That's not how America works. And they're not being deported for their crime. They're being deported because they're illegal immigrants. They have right to judicial hearing. A judge hears their thing. He doesn't need to see them in person. They don't have the right to see a judge one-on-one. So they all get due process. They don't have the right.
Thank you.
I'm fact checking this here.
Hold on, you might be mistaken. Venezuelans are humans, and Italians are humans, and Americans are humans. They're not some special species that is the only one capable of murder and doing bad things, right? Americans murder Americans,
dude.
And Venezuelans murder Americans in very, very small instances. That does happen, but it's not a Venezuelan thing. You don't have to be Venezuelan.
They don't speak English. They don't assimilate. They're not my people. My parents built this place. My grandparents built this place. My great-great-grandparents were Native Americans who have been here for 20,000 years.
Popping out of your mother's vagina is the only thing that makes you American. You're not someone that makes us proud or the world is looked into as a beacon of hope with all of your hate. What are you so proud of this?
Hate,
they're in my country. You don't do anything for the country but hate. What are you proud of? What is this? How is this your country when all you do is hate?
What?
So this, I just want no. What you said was wrong. All right. So this is the facts. What you said, what you rattled off, is from.
Due process for undocumented
Oh, wait, listen to this.
in the U.S. depends on how they are apprehended and what type of proceeding applies. 1. Removal proceedings, immigration court. Most undocumented immigrants are entitled to a hearing before an immigration judge. They can have an attorney, but not at government expense. They may present evidence, call witnesses, and apply for relief, e.g. asylum, withholding of removal, cancellation of removal, etc. Judge issues a removal order or grants relief. 2. Expedited removal. Applies mainly at borders or ports of entry, or within the U.S. if the person was recently apprehended and cannot prove continuous presence. Conducted by immigration officers without a judge. Limited due process. Person can only claim fear of persecution or intent to seek asylum. If they make that claim, they get a credible fear interview with an asylum officer, which may later go to a judge. Matter 3, reinstatement of removal. If someone was previously deported and re-enters unlawfully, the prior order can be reinstated without a new hearing. Only exception, if they claim asylum based on fear of persecution, They may get a limited asylum review. 4. Detention and bond hearings. Some undocumented immigrants are detained while awaiting proceedings. In many cases, they may request a bond hearing before a judge to seek release. Certain categories, e.g., some criminal convictions, have mandatory detention, no bond. 9 of 5. Constitutional protections. The Fifth Amendment guarantees due process rights to persons, not just citizens. Courts have generally held that undocumented immigrants inside the U.S. are entitled to basic due process, but the scope is narrower than for citizens or lawful residents. Would you like me to break down what rights they have versus what rights they don't have in a simple side-by-side list?
All right.
Point. However, they have judicial review.
It wasn't
right to stand for the judge.
migrants that drove his wages down. It was his bosses that wanted to get the cost
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
an
labor
electrician in
down.
Aurora, Colorado. We had an influx of 200,000 Venezuelans. My job site was completely overrun, and all electrical wages were dropped because it is based on the lowest common denominator of construction workers. And when you have an influx of 200,000 construction workers, the wages drop. That's what happened. They're fucking me and mine over.
Yeah, I mean, you're the dealing with a situation that's unfortunate, but like Jess just said, it was the bosses that saw an opportunity to lower your wage, right? Because the influx of labor, correct?
Well, it's based on the lowest common denominator of all construction workers. All construction wages are tied together. It wasn't my boss necessarily. There's a baseline for construction wages, and what you do depends on what you get paid. But when you have an influx,
because we live in
the
America
wages for all construction workers drop.
Right, but the house prices go up. Isn't that amazing? So they make more profit.
Yeah.
So it's it's the system that we have. Any way for them to maximize their profits. It's not those individuals, it's the system.
I don't blame Venezuelans for trying to come here. I'd do the same thing if I was in the shoes, 100%. But that doesn't mean that as an American whose family fought for this country, built the roads, my native ancestors who have been here for 10,000 years, they have a right to come take away from me what is my birthright. They don't have a right to drop my wage.
Well, let me.
It is an issue with the people in charge, 100%. Yeah. I blame them for the situation, not the Venezuelans. But that doesn't mean they get to stay just because I place blame on the politicians.
Here's a reality. I'm just going to. Here's a reality. I mean, all jobs are going to be taken by AI. I mean, that's coming, right? They're building.
Except for mine.
Except for yours.
Electrical jobs aren't. I'm cool. My jobs are going to get taken by Venezuela.
You don't think that an AI agent can't do your job?
100%. Not for at least 150 years. No.
What makes your job so? What makes your job so unique that?
Because I climb into a house in a 1950s home with old knob and tube wiring, and it's shorting in some random spot, crawling through 12 inches of old ass insulation. Like, get a robot to climb through ductwork.
So you understand that robots make they build a fucking Tesla from pretty much scratch. They build supercomputers. It's all auto. You know the complexity it is to make a CPU, and you don't think that what you are doing is way less easier than doing what they're doing with CPUs or doing in car factories?
There's zero chance.
Really?
Year now. Like, yeah, maybe in the next 50 years.
You know, robots are doing microsurgeries now. You know that they're doing microsurgeries at hospitals.
I get that, but create a robot who can crawl into an attic in a house that you have no idea how it's built. And wiring.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't it know how it's built? It's got fucking whatever. It can see through the walls. Whatever that is, like X-ray vision. It can see everything.
You have to see through the walls. You have to.
It has that. It has thermal energy, so it can follow the thing, right?
And
It's not human. You're thinking human. I'm thinking of something that looks like a fucking spider, right? With multiple arms, with all this stuff. Each arm does a different thing. One's a soldering arm, whatever. It converts into a hand. It crawls around. It finds a little thing, right? It does a little soldering, or what the fuck do you do, right? And it does it.
It will happen.
It will happen. It will happen, right? Sooner than you
Not
think.
my lifetime.
Sooner than you think.
Not
Because
gonna
you see, the thing is, what you don't realize is you can take this little robot, this little spider, multi-arm, or octopus, a little octopus. We'll call it the electrician, the octopus electrician. Train it on 100,000 years worth of training, right? In a system, so it knows every kind of spec, every time of thing, every kind of problem, right? It's been trained on.
But you have to understand, like, sometimes I literally just have to get a giant stick and stick it through 20 feet of wall, like, and nothing can get through it. Like,
what do you mean 20? What do you mean? Why would you stick a stick through 20 foot of wall?
Because I got to get a wire from one side to the other. You
don't think a robot could do that easier than you?
I think that it will take a lot longer than my lifetime to make a robot that will do that job.
Let's go. What link did you put there, Gabi? What link did you put in there? What's that link? Is that an electrician robot link or something?
I think they'll be able to build buildings, yeah. But I stopped building buildings after the Venezuelans showed up. Now I fixed houses.
Anyway, no, I think the robots are going to come a lot quicker, and once you have the foundational models that are going to go in there.
Okay, well, let me put it this way: everyone else is going to lose their job before I do, because everyone else sits in a room or drives on a road. I'm not on a laid out relay. Like, there's no blueprints for what I do. There's blueprints for working at a desk. There's blueprints for driving on a highway. There's blueprints for every single thing. It's like, I'm going to be one of the last ones. Probably, it's not the last one, except for maybe no, I can't really think of anything that would be more complicated to do than fixing an unknown issue in a house that you have no idea how it's built. And it's made of 20 different materials. Everyone else follows a trajectory. They work on a computer. They drive on a road. I don't. They have blueprints. I don't have blueprints. But even if that was the case, it doesn't change the fact that I don't want my neighbors to be a bunch of illegal immigrant shitheads Venezuelans who don't assimilate to the country. They don't speak English, whose kids are annoying, who are trying to rob me and drop my weight. There's no point for me they should fix their own country. If we want to go help them fix their country, that's fine. They don't need to be my neighbor. But we'll hang out until we figure out what's going on.
Oh, we're here. Who just talked? All right. Anyway, yeah, interesting perspective. Thanks for giving me a call. Right. I'm sorry. I mean, it's yeah, I can feel your frustration on your personal experience that you have. All I'd say is just remember, people are just trying to make a living, trying to get by, and and like
I get it. They should do it in Venezuela.
Well, I mean, but they were told they were going to be murdered if they stayed, right?
No, they weren't. They came here because they knew that they could rape the system because we let them.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know the special thing, but I do know about the Galbi said was when the workers, the families. So I don't know when did the Venezuelans show up for you?
2022 to 2023 about. At the end of 2022, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just my thing is, This country's my birthright. My family made it. We built it. We built everything about it. We bled for it. I paid taxes into it for the last 35 years. I don't need a Venezuelan coming here saying, hey, I get every right that you do, and you better listen to me. It's like, no, I don't need to. This is my house. This is my couch. This is my home. This is my birthright. Make your country better. You don't get to have mine just because a bunch of blue-haired liberal pieces of shit decided that it's okay for you to show up. And just because they did doesn't mean that you have the right to tell me that you can be here because one administration said it's okay.
Okay, are you done?
I'm done.
All right, later. All right, okay. He's just, like he said, crying. Venezuelans has ruined his life, you know. And it seems like he does have some legitimate concerns, but I think it all comes down to, you know, the corporations that are cutting the wage, construction companies that are taking advantage of the situation, and he was at the blunt. I think though, the benefit to our country is insurmountable by the addition of these other cultures, right?
I think you can be an anti-Zionist without being anti-Semitic.
All right, let's see if it's going to log in.
You kind of got to wonder, though, whether or not he was raised a racist or if he just became one himself.
All right, is he going to post live? There he goes, posted. Look at that, posted. Yeah. All right, so that's done. So now it's doing YouTube, X. Boom, boom.
I wonder how many racists suffer from victim mentality.
Yeah, I think that profile. I don't think.
Sorry, that shit pisses me off because like my granddad was murdered by two black men. He was robbed and then a week later murdered. And I learned about death and racism, and it was hate that killed my grandfather, not black people. You know, so it's just it was hate that can't stand that shit. You know,
And violence isn't the problem; it's a symptom of the problem. It's like poverty isn't the problem; it's a symptom of the problem. It's much easier to blame people who are powerless or people who fear than it is to look at bigger root causes.
This is crazy. Look how it posts. Look how, look at that. Oh, come on, switch. You see that writing there? Look, it's all fucked up. But when it actually posts, what's it doing on? It's hitting the wrong button. Fuck, dude. I need to. Um. Trying to get this thing to post. We're getting back to where we were. So, oh, look at it's like it's telling on me. All right. That's cancel. So right now I'm going through the buttons. LinkedIn. Poor Mikey. Poor Mikey. He's like, pick me up at 12. And I'm here fucking with you guys. Your fault. It's all your fault. God damn, I walked behind. Dude, it is so hot here. This little curtain that I have hanging up here is like a thermal barrier. Amazing how well it works. Oh.
Conservatives want to blame on Dr. Fauci, but we're so eager to get away from the centralism of our own fragility, our own vulnerability as individuals and as a society, that we're playing a blame game rather than really reckoning and grieving with what we went through. Rachel, I seem to do a different dynamic than me. David did. So the same question to you, what have we forgotten? So in March of 2020, I was at Decision on Rikers Island. I was working in the New York City jail system. There was a point in March of 2020 when Rikers Island was the highest known COVID prevalence in the world. Jails are like cruise ships, but worse. They are locked spaces that are dense with bodies. There's a huge amount of excess human contact, and there's very, very little that you can do to change that in that environment. So it was incredibly scary. And if you were involved in policy discussions at that time as a healthcare provider, you were making a lot of educated guesses under really difficult, very urgent circumstances, and also a lot of chaos. So an example is, in our context, we advocated strongly for everybody who recognized the jail, not a prison. Most people are being held there in pretrial detention. So they're in the innocent until proven guilty phase. They're being held at the discretion of the court. We advocated really strongly to say everybody who doesn't need to be held during this time should leave. We should decant this system so that there are fewer bodies in these spaces together. There are obviously lots of policy trade-offs in making a decision like that, right? So the degree of uncertainty and the sense of urgency around decision making at that time was so extreme. And you had to pick the variable that you were going to preference over other also very urgent concerns. And it was full of so much fear too. I mean, the fear was pervasive. And I think one of the features of that early period was about how many people were just so worried. Yeah, and I mean, all of my colleagues, like, I would go for 100 hours a week. We would go in to see patients in the jails and come home, and everyone would strip their clothes right before they went into the house. I sent my family away because I was like, I'm going to get it, and I don't want you guys to be here. So you talked about that, and it is, there's been no call to that even commission for COVID, but there has been a lot of research going on. I'm trying to think through, what did we do that worked? What did we do that didn't work? You say, David, that research has found? Well, I think when you look globally, it's important to acknowledge that basically no country avoided the pandemic. No country won this war. There were degrees of victory and degrees of defeat. And generally speaking, the most important factor for a country's outcome was the age structure of the population, since old people were so much more vulnerable when it comes to policy, what we could actually control. It was a matter of how many people got infected.
A lot of pussy Nazis.
Basically, like, full stop. By the time the clinical data was
How you doing there?
vaccines that told us
Light my poll.
safe and rolled out soon in November, something like 10% of the American public had gotten COVID. By the time the odds were really going to worse in January, it was something like 20 or 25%. And that is the main determinant of our outcome, because those shots basically cut individual risk by a factor of 10. And you could manage that outcome by speeding up vaccination, which we did by historical standards in a miraculous way. The Moderna vaccine was designed in 2 days, fully designed before the first confirmed case in the US, fully designed before China even confirmed that there was human-to-human transmission. This vaccine was designed, it was manufactured within a couple of months. It took a little bit longer to get out to the public, but even so, that's why historical was incredible. Getting it into people's arms before the end of the year. We didn't pick up AstraZeneca's as it across Europe, but we did relatively well by the end of 2021. 95% of seniors were vaccinated. And then there's the other side, which is how many people got the disease before that happened. You can control that in a variety of different ways. Try to control that in a variety of different ways. And there's, as you suggested, a lot of
Light my poll. I do good polls, don't I?
Policies worked and what policies didn't. If you look at Russia did nothing to stop the spread of the disease, and their death toll was twice as high as the
They're too afraid to call me. We did get a Nazi calling. He's like, I'm a Nazi. That was funny.
We need to take seriously the idea that there were some things that sort of worked and some things that sort of didn't. All of this was variable. And if we had had slightly more,
I should have pegged him more about being a Nazi.
Which is to say that different places did do different things in terms of the pre-vaccine policies. I remember being involved in these debates at the time, and the level of fury some liberals felt at what Florida or Texas was doing was huge, right? It was deeply irresponsible. When I look at the research efforts, they do all the things they do to try to control for deaths and the age distribution of population and all the other things. It's surprising to me how different places look. So Massachusetts and Florida both look pretty good. California and Texas both look pretty bad. And it doesn't sort of fit the policies or the narratives we had before. How do you think about what else is vaccination matters? When you do comparative stuff about the states, I actually think the policy is a little less different in that period than you're suggesting. But there's not a big difference between the red states and the states. School closures were closed at the same time across the country. There was some variation in how they reopened, but that was really starting to fall.
True, my loggy.
And when you think about social distancing guidelines, retail policies, and even if you look at the behavior of individuals that can be tracked through.
I don't know I don't know. I don't speak your lingo, dude.
So we had a kind of a discourse fight.
Oh, I kind of. Yeah. I got mucus fucking getting it. I did chew it. I did chew the log. Put it back in the system. It's just part of me. Whether it's up here, chew my loggy all the time.
In New York, we had a huge initial spike that was anomalous that transformed our COVID experience. Other states didn't have that.
Let's go, Mikey. How was your day? Good. Yeah. Huh? Where are your friends? At his house? Your house? What friends? Rika? Okay. You guys gonna go swimming? What's your plan? Okay. Why guys go there for? Huh? That's so far away. How are you gonna get down there? Am I driving you all the way down there? Huh? Cool spot. Why don't you take a cooler and stuff? Why don't you take a cooler? With water and shit? Huh?
Sort of stewing mistrust and resentment and anger amongst people who felt as though they were being asked to do things that were interrupting their lives.
And just to be really clear about what this meant in the 9 months between August 2021 and April, May 2022, many more Americans died of COVID than died in the first 9 months of the pandemic. So by the time that we were all over it, by the time we were all, all the seniors were vaccinated, by the time that we were all...
Oh, poor bird got hit. Bird got run over.
That complicates a lot of our simplistic holistic narratives because especially middle-aged people didn't get vaccinated, and some pocket of vulnerable elderly people also didn't get vaccinated. And when Delta came and Omicron came, it was much more punishing to the American public than it had been in the UK or in Europe. Why did vaccines become a
I think because vaccine hesitancy in the COVID and post-COVID context gets polarized as part of an anti-establishment, anti-institutional, anti-expert sentiment that is stewing on the right, and vaccines are part of that, and they aren't necessarily the focal point. They're one of the flashpoints, but one of the sort of main uncertainty ideas is this concern about big pharma, right? And this idea that government and farmers are influenced to make you sicker. What's interesting about operation works is that right from the beginning, we knew the companies involved. We were celebrating this public-private partnership to rush this to market, right? And that was obviously a colossal accomplishment in terms of actually getting the vaccine produced and out to the community, and also could not have been a better setup for playing into anti-vax anxieties.
But shouldn't that have set the left up to be skeptical? I just have always found this to be an interesting wrinkle. I agree that it has something to do with
Understand vaccines. Why are you guys against vaccines? It's so crazy.
I think vaccines for the establishment. I also think it's fundamentally about tensions between like liberty and autonomy.
You don't like vaccines, Angela?
That the participating in COVID mitigation strategies voluntarily became this way of demonstrating solidarity, right? And putting the collective on yourself. There was like, at the beginning, when we said, you have to, you're not doing this for you're flattening the curve for other people. You're trying to protect other people. That messaging, I think, speaks to left-wing values in a way that really connected for central liberals and felt hard, I think, for people who felt as though it was infringing on their freedom. And so it flipped.
I mean, I would say that me and my wife were really kind of excited to demonstrate their rights of tolerance, that they were sort of showing themselves to be independent.
No, I'm in Japan. This channel's called Move2Japan. I live in Japan. This is Japan right here. Look.
Vaccines and the pandemic changed pretty fast. That the initial vaccines actually did prevent transmission. And so the idea that the vaccine was a collective decision, we're trying to achieve herd immunity, made sense. If you could get it high enough, you could maybe stamp this thing out. And then the virus mutated around vaccines, and you had, Omicron and Delta waves or Delta waves. And the vaccine really became much more a form of individual protection. People felt like the politics had trouble keeping up with that, and people felt like it was sort of pulled goods. Isn't true. And the ideas about vaccine mandates maybe made sense at one point, made less sense later on for a bunch of different reasons. It should be that the vaccines had changed. How do you think about that? With like this? Well, I think that
it's a great time to return. Japan is you're in a new boom. Lots of jobs, lots of housing, affordable housing, great culture, no crime, no guns, great education, great medical.
Hysterically overpromising, but they probably gave the impression too strong that we knew that this was going to be the end game to the pandemic. Interestingly, many of the people who were making that case most strongly are now RFK's deputies in the administration. You have geopolitics, but some of these are people in early 2021 were like, get those shots and it's over for you. You don't have to worry about visiting your grandma. You don't have to worry. Forget it. It's over.
Yeah, very quiet. Yeah. No crazy politics.
To breakthrough infections and indeed breakthrough deaths when they arrived in the spring and summer of 2021.
It would never have been the expectation that vaccines were going to prevent.
What? You want to buy snack? What? Where? Genki? Huh? Dozo. Am I buying snacks or you buying snacks? I'm buying snacks. Gotta go buy snacks. I'll be back. All right. This is what I'm gonna call it here. Watch some YouTube. I'm gonna take my son to the beach, so he's gonna hang out with his buddies. I'm buying snacks right now for him at the convenience store. Gotta go to Japanese convenience store. We call kombini. Is it 7-Eleven? Right here. Maybe I'll get myself a snack myself. That's it.